Hey guys, it's Milka. Welcome back to my channel, NutAeum. Today's reading is one that has been requested quite a bit since my first love letter reading. Yeah, so it's going to be a love letter reading from your future spouse. It's going to be structured a little differently than the first reading. And there's no guarantee that it's a continuation, though I'm sure for some of you guys it could be a continuation message, right? Or an additional message. It's just what came through is what came through. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. As usual, we have 4 groups to choose from. There's also going to be a song. Everything was completely at random. So in the first love letter segment, right? I believe I chose the color of the wax seals to the letters and all the stuff, and the songs were for the specific letters. This time around, it is a lot more random. So I shuffled the letters before choosing a wax color. I didn't write down the full lyrics to the song, though I will read them to you guys. I just wrote down the names of the songs and I shuffled those and then put them in random envelopes or random letters. So let me know if you guys are okay with this, like how this reading ends up going, because somebody asked if I could make it like a series, and you know, I'm thinking about doing it. I won't necessarily be doing them as frequently, but maybe every so often I can do like a love letter thing, number 3, and so on and so forth. So I'd like to know the way that you guys like the setup for them to be. So I'll give you a slightly different variety of the love letter reading this time around, and you guys can let me know if you're okay with me continuing doing how I feel, I'm doing it in the moment, or if you specifically want me to keep a certain structure, and I'll take all of that into consideration for you as well. Before we go into our selections, I did want to do my little self-plug, letting you guys know that I do the sirens. That was an issue the first time too, right? But yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that I do no, I'm kidding, private personal readings, as well as custom crystal bracelets that are customized and charged with Reiki and light language, and they're customized specifically for the things that you would like to have more of in your life, or that you would like to work on energetically, and or whether it's chakras that you're targeting, or specific things that you're trying to attract or have more of in your life. And I also do custom affirmation songs. I haven't really been advertising those on this channel, and I realized, why don't I? So I do also do custom affirmation songs. You can just let me know what it is that you would like to attract more of or focus more on, and I can create a custom affirmation song that, once you kind of get the gist of the lyrics, they're usually not very complex, you can sing along, right? And the whole point of those is because music is it's like a mantra, it gets stuck in your head, and so you're singing those lyrics over and over again. If it's a sad song, then really you're enforcing your subconscious with those lyrics, with those sad lyrics, to take on those emotions that weren't even necessarily yours from the beginning. So with these affirmation songs, the goal is to get something stuck in your head that's different and that is more empowering to you, that is more catered to what it is that you would like to work on or have more of in your life. But yes, okay, self-plug done. All of the links to reach out to me in regards to this stuff are in the description box below. You can do it either through my email or through the contacts page on my website. And without further ado, let us get into the reading, or the pile selection. So I'm excited to see what letters got, what songs and all this stuff, to see how they fit together. So it's going to be interesting. So group 1 is this red sealed envelope. And by the way, you guys, if you're here from the last reading and you saw how I struggled, and this is group 2, by the way, with the gold seal, how I struggled to open the envelope, the seals on camera. Well, Divine has graced me with the idea of placing like wax paper underneath here, so it just peels off the bottom. So it was never sealed in the beginning, but it's the illusion, you know. Group 3 is the pink seal. So let me tell you guys, it went so much smoother this time around with me doing that. And group 4 is this chunky blue seal. All right, you guys. So again, it's all random, essentially. Once the love letters were written and the songs were shuffled and selected. Also, the songs were random from my Spotify, okay? And some of them are really good. I'm excited to share the lyrics for those who may not have known about these songs. All right. So without further ado, please select your letter, and we'll get right into the reading. Timestamps, by the way, are below. Hey group 1, this is your group. If you chose this red sealed stamp, let me ring the little singing bowl for you guys. I just finished shuffling your cards as well, so let's get them out here. As you can see, it's a bit of a hefty stack. We're going to be looking at just random messages from your, like, we're going to read your letter first, but then we're also going to look into the messages from your future spouse or regarding your future spouse. That one's a little bit open, but it's directed to be from your future spouse. And then we're going to get a little bit of information or insight into about them or into their life. We'll also see how they view you and the advice they want to give you, and then final messages from Divine in regards to the connection or union, and they could be participating in that too. So let's get right into your reading. I'm also going to prepare my notes because I took note of each letter had an additional, not an additional message, but a note. So I wrote it down based on how the letters started to keep it random. But yes, all right, you guys, let's get into your letter. You see how easy this is to unflap? How convenient. We'll look at your song after I read the letter. Interesting. Okay, so let me just see what your additional little note here is. Okay, the additional note is there's this TikTok song, okay, oh my, what is it called? It's this TikTok song, and it became very popular to use in those I'm trying to find the name of the song. Oh my goodness. What? No, I'm so sorry, you guys. I thought I had it in my Spotify. Give me 1 second. I will tell you the name of this song. Okay, it's called Here With Me by D4VD. I'm assuming it's probably spelling David or something, but D4VD. It's that song where it goes I don't care how long it takes. Something like that. So that song was literally playing in my head the whole time your letter was coming through. And your future spouse says, hello there. It's been a while. Oh yes, I knew it. I'm sorry for the anticipation, but your person is, okay, it's fine. There's a lot of Mercury energy that has to do with this. So some of the cards that flipped over, like this is on the bottom of the deck, this Ace of Swords, and it was like telling me, I was like, oh, this is one of the one that was like, that has to do with communication a lot. But yes, hello there. It's been a while. I talk and I text and I'm always running late. It's a culture thing, but you are somehow still always there for me. Thank you for putting up with my shenanigans, though I know you love them. And then there's a little winky face. Here is your love letter. I never really thought of myself as good at writing, but I've heard that I'm not too bad. I would say I'm more fun than romantic, but for you, I'll try just about anything. I think I miswrote there. Many places configure speech in such a difficult or a different way, but I'm still going to figure it out. I am determined. So I know that sentence is a little complicated, but what your person was trying to say is like different culture, different languages, right? They have different sentence structures and they use different terminologies to imply or mean something. And sometimes it can be difficult to learn somebody else's way of sentence structure and the proper words to imply what you're meaning or to show what you're implying. So this definitely is indicating that and because they said that what they're experiencing is a culture thing, right? Like with the lateness and stuff, it's part of their culture. It's a trend there. I do feel like this person is from another country than you guys. I know our languages could get in the, you see there, I know our languages could get in the way or act as a barrier, or so they say, but I'm willing to make it work. So what if we don't understand or know about each other's worlds? We can learn. I've even already started. I will make it a life's work to understand you. Thank you for having patience with me as I try to understand you. It really is a big learning curve for me. Who would have ever thought that I would meet my life partner this way? I'm so glad I didn't let the opportunity slip away. Can you believe how many years it's been? It's a pleasure and honor to move to new lands with you. I like how our life is a constant adventure. We are constantly growing and learning something new. Did you know a sloth can hold its breath longer than a dolphin? No? Well, I got you. Did I use that right? I mean that I got you covered with the trivia and fun facts. I also feel like I should let you know my getting distracted is nothing personal. I just can't help it, but come on, you do it too. I'm just kidding. I love you. You definitely don't do that. Another winky face. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I'll stop. I love you. Smoochy, your person. Okay. Your person is like really silly and funny and they're like quite the jokester. So I'll set your letter to the side and let's see about the song. Oh, this is a well, all the songs are actually sweet. But this one is By Your Side by Matt Kearney, and let me pull up the lyrics. I have them prepared. Okay, so the lyrics are, you think I'd leave your side, baby. You know me better than that. You think I'd leave down when you're down on your knees. I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you you're right when you want. And if you only could see him to me. Oh, when you're cold, I'll be there. Hold on to, I don't know if one of those lyrics is a typo, sorry guys, but oh, when you're cold, I'll be there. Hold on tight to me. When you're on the outside, baby, and you can't get in, I will show you you're so much better than you know. When you're lost and you're alone and you can't get back again, I will find you, and darling, I will bring you home. And if you want to cry, I am here to dry your eyes, and in no time you'll be fine. You think I'd leave your side, baby, you know me better than that. You think I'd leave down when you're down on your knees, I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you you're right when you want, and if you could see him, if only you could see him to me. Ignore that lyric, you guys. I just really strongly feel like it doesn't apply. And then, oh, it just repeats again. Oh, when you're cold, I'll be there. Hold on tight to me. Oh, when you're cold, I'll be there by your side. And yes, those are the lyrics. I know they were read a little poorly, and I'm sorry for that, you guys. That was error on my end, but they are endearing, and you know, this person really does try to convey to you that they will always be here for you. And they may not necessarily really consider themselves romantic, but I feel like you are always going to be laughing with them. And you know, I feel like they say they don't consider themselves romantic, but I think naturally they just kind of do things that you would find like your version of romance. It's a little bit more like the way that they're romantic is a little bit more subtle, but because it's them and because the intent behind it is just pure like I love you and I want to care for you, I feel like it means so much more to you. So I don't think this is something that you're sacrificing in. I think that you actually, this is actually ideal for you. And yeah, I feel like you guys are really gonna love this person's love language. Because they're gonna be absolutely like perfectly fit with yours. So it's funny, right? Because I just realized what I said. It's funny because their spoken language may not necessarily, it may be a barrier for you guys, but their love language kind of makes up for it, you know? And it's really interesting because they're so funny, but like, since language may be a bit of an issue or a barrier for you guys sometimes, I feel like they're physically funny too. Not like funny looking, but like their mannerisms, their facial expressions, they're extra, you know, they're like big, like people, when they think about this person, they think of them as like, oh, this person, yeah, they're a hoot, you know? So I feel like it's like comedic acting, you could say, essentially as well. So they do physical comedy too. But yeah, I feel like you guys are always going to be laughing. That's why I think you guys can get through the tough times, because I do feel like with the language barrier, you're going to experience some hardship, but I feel like most of it is going to be other people. So it's interesting, in the letter they mention like other people, right? What was it exactly? Right, I know our languages could get in the way or act as a barrier, or so they say, but I'm willing to make it work. I feel like this is something that other people may say like it wouldn't work because you guys don't even really understand each other, you know? So other people may be the reason for you guys to have more conflict, which I don't think it'll be an issue, because I think you guys are not going to listen to other people. Obviously, because it's your future spouse, right? So it works out. But yeah, I think when you guys are together, it's so much fun for you, and it just, the connection energetically is so strong. And yeah, so let's get into your cards. This reading is basically like 3 little sections. So we're gonna start with the messages from them, or like in regards to them, or along those lines. This part is a little bit more liberal, or free speech. We have the Moon, the Page of Wands, and if you guys are interested, I will read your letter again at the end of this reading too. Ace of Wands, 6 of Wands, the Hanged Man, the 2 of Cups, Temperance. Sorry, it took me a moment to get the Roman numerals. Justice, the Hierophant. Wow, with this deck, all major arcana cards came out. The 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. All right, you guys, give me a moment to see what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I feel like this person, they're very passionate. So like their energy is very, so maybe like for their culture, they consider themselves as not romantic, right? Like maybe from, if they were where they're from, they would be like, actually, some people would say they're not romantic enough. But by your standards, I think they still fit. I guess that's why they were like saying that they're not romantic. But I was also telling you afterwards, like, oh, maybe there's like, they say that, but so I do think that, I think they have that in them. It's just not to the extent as some people in their culture. So though this is a general reading, it does feel like the culture that they could be indicating is like a Latin country, or like a Latin language speaking country, right? So possibly like a country where they speak either Spanish or Italian or French. There is a little bit more of like a Mediterranean, or like in the summers it gets hot kind of a vibe. Though again, this is a general reading, so there could be other cultures coming through here too. Or also like Brazil. I know that's not like a Spanish speaking country, but or like Portugal is another Latin, right, language origin country. So like Spanish speaking countries, Portuguese speaking countries, French and Italian speaking countries, like that. That's what it feels like a little bit. Okay, and yes, so this person is really big on communication. I'm getting a lot of Mercury energy from them. So I think it's interesting, and I feel like this connection is going to teach them a new way of reading people. Because in the beginning stages, I feel like you guys are going to really want to communicate with each other, and like you'll be using apps and translating stuff, but sometimes it's not so easily available or accessible. So I feel like they're going to be really looking at your cues, your social cues, and like really observing you. So I feel like they're gonna know you very, very well because of how you guys are starting your relationship. So it kind of, I don't want to say forces, because it makes it seem like it's against their will. It's something that they want to do anyway, but the situation kind of encourages them to be more observant of you. I really feel like you guys are going to have a lot of fun together. Like you're going to laugh a lot. With all of these major arcana cards, right? Temperance is about balance. And then you have Judgment and the Hierophant. This is like divine intervention, right? Divine union, divine blessing. So I feel like you guys aren't just spouses. You're like soulmates, you know? You guys are like soul family with each other, which is also why you feel so comfortable around each other. Like, it's really like having a best friend that you also have a passionate connection with. And I really am getting that you guys, even though there's a language barrier, and sometimes maybe if you're really caught up in work or busy or stressed, it may be harder for you guys to understand each other. But when you're not, I just feel like you guys get each other. Like you understand each other despite that, like on a deeper level. Like you can look at each other and be like, I know what you're feeling, you know? And yeah, I'm just seeing you guys being like really, really happy. Like I feel like both of you are going to be like, this is exactly what I want and so much more. That's really sweet. That's really sweet. It seems like you guys have a really harmonious union, and I do feel like you guys are going to travel together, and one or both of you may move. And they did mention that in the letter, right? One or both of you guys may move. So either it's because you guys could be moving to them when you come together, like maybe they've moved to your country, and then they're just in a different city or something, and then you guys somehow meet and come together, and then so you move to their city, or the other way around, or they have already been from another country and they came to wherever you are, and then you guys get together, and eventually maybe you guys move with each other somewhere else. So it does feel like there is an aspect of leaving the home nest kind of a thing from this union. So not staying in the same town. And I'm just seeing you guys, so much fun. So much fun. I feel like this person, it's funny because it was something that I talked about with a friend last night, but I feel like this person is going to make you feel like heard and seen. Even though there's this like language barrier. Yeah, I feel like you guys are gonna cherish each other a lot. Like you're gonna protect each other. And like this person is really gonna be protective of the union, because maybe they come from a country where superstitions are a thing too. I keep thinking of like Italy and Brazil. Those are the countries that I'm thinking of the most. Though again, like I said, this is a general reading. So maybe like they're from a country where like superstitions are really a big thing. And so they want to protect the union from any of that outside energy, or like the evil eye, or other people's jealousy and stuff like that, or greed, or opinions that have nothing, they've got nothing, you know, to be, like there's no reason for them to be involved in the relationship. Let me see if I get anything else before moving on. I feel like you guys are gonna stay up late with each other, like talking with each other. Like you're just gonna stay up late. It's almost like kids. Like that's what I'm saying. There's so much fun here. There's so much joy. It's like uninhibited, this kind of a union. You guys feel uninhibited with each other, and like you're free to be playful and joyful, and it's like due time for you to get a connection like that, you know? You guys have been waiting for something lighthearted like this, I think. Maybe before you were really into serious stuff. And as you guys have grown and progressed, or by the time that you get to this connection, you'll have grown and progressed past the point of feeling like, I don't want serious anymore. I just want, I mean, there's obviously going to be a serious component to it, but you want there to be like room to breathe in the union, and fun and lightheartedness. And I feel like you guys really get that here. So I feel it's almost like sometimes you're like high school kids, or like you really are like kids playing, you know, at night, or like you stay up late, and I'm seeing you guys playing, like the floor is loud. Like it's just very this person is very funny and playful and silly, okay? But they know how to be serious when the time comes. Though I do feel like they joke around a lot. They mentioned it in their letter too, right? So I feel like sometimes something that maybe takes a little bit of getting used to is they're going to try to cheer you up when you're like, they'll hear you, but then they'll try to cheer you up by making jokes. And sometimes it genuinely makes you feel better because they get you to laugh. And sometimes you're like, I just want to feel what I'm feeling. Don't try to change my emotion, you know? But that's something that you guys will work through. I don't think it's something that's going to be affecting you for the duration of your marriage or your relationship. I just think that this is something that, one of those things that you guys will learn or grow through together. Okay, let's move on to the next the next segment, I shall say, of your reading. Oh, that's a different, okay. Sorry guys, the cards are all different sizes, so grasping all of them is a little harder. Also, let me grab a sip of water for a moment. All right, we're going to be getting a little bit more insight into your future spouse. So with a couple of these cards, we're going to be looking at any information about them, whether it's about their past. I also kept this pretty open, to come through with what they want to share. Just so you get a little bit of insight, but so that there's something left for you to also explore and uncover together. Because knowing everything is not. Though I respect the fact that some of you may want to know everything, but in this particular reading, we'll keep it a little minimal in certain aspects of their life. We're also going to take a look at how they view you and a message that they really want to convey to you as well. Okay, so this is the first card. These are Thai cards, so I do not know how to read Thai, so we're just gonna go off of the images, and I will not be able to tell you what the cards are called. So this is the section that's about them, and then how they view you. Oh, you have the unicorn, the pig. That's funny. This automatically wanted to make me laugh too. So I feel like this is already part of their joking, like the way that they're joking around with you. And then you have the chameleon. This is hilarious. Every time I'm looking at this pic, I just want to laugh. Okay. And the message that they really want to convey to you guys is from Archangel Gabriel. And this is your future spouse wanting to convey this. And it says, let yourself receive. Which this is a really powerful message, right? And when I'm seeing this, it makes me think of a song. And in the song, they're saying, don't you think it's time to let yourself receive? And every time I hear that too, I get a little emotional, because the guy in the song is like, don't you think it's time to let yourself receive? And he's talking about how he wants to give and all this stuff to you. Okay, so let's get a little insight into your person. Give me 1 second. Yes, it definitely seems like they're from another country to you guys. I think where they're from, they don't feel, I feel like they're moving, because it seems like they're moving to where you are, or to another place, and you meet in that other place. I don't see them staying in their home country. I feel like they've left their home country, or they will be leaving their home country, because I think they're a little, like, though they're patriotic, I feel like on some level they're annoyed with their culture and the people in their culture and what is considered their norms of their society. I think they feel like it's super materialistic, and it's more about the material things, like there's not, or like physical, like the physical body, more about appearances and stuff. Like it doesn't seem very deep, emotionally deep. Or everybody is overly serious and they enforce that seriousness, and your person is like, why does it have to be that way all the time? Can't we just take something lightly? Can't we just have a good time? Can't we just have fun without having to think of a consequence for it, or without having to work like 50 hours to enjoy that fun? These are just examples, right? Like to show you how different that is. This person is from like their culture. Like it feels like it's like, I don't want to say love hate, but it's love and the kind of dislike. So like they love their culture, they love their country, they're very tied to it, it's very much part of their roots. But I feel like they kind of got tired of the people that they're interested in. So whether it's like, if it's like a man who's interested in women, they got tired of the women there. If it's a man interested in men, they got tired of the men there, and vice versa with the women to women or women to men. It just seems like your person is tired of like the sex that they prefer of those people in relationships, and what is standard for that kind of relationship. It just doesn't feel like it clicks for them based on their culture, I feel like they're tired of that. They're like, everybody's the same. Everybody's the same. So even here, you're kind of getting a little bit of a Uranus. I was going to say Aquarius, but it doesn't feel like Aquarius. It feels more like Uranus, specifically the planet itself, not Aquarius. Just like I wasn't getting so much Gemini from them, but I was getting Mercury. So those are airy planets, right? So I do feel like this person is very witty and intellectual. I also feel like this person may be a little annoyed that like this is the part like this where they were told that they're not romantic, right? I feel like they were underappreciated because their version of love, right? It's like acts of service. Their love language is one of their love languages, acts of service. And where they're from, they probably want more like they want acts of service in a way that is really like sacrificing, you know? So like, why don't you sacrifice more for me, essentially? And your person is like, why do I have to sacrifice? I want to give to you, but if I need some time to myself, I need time to myself. Whereas in relationships in that culture, it's like all about the person, and like you lose the self. You don't get to be with self, you know, because you're in a relationship, you're a unit now. So I feel like that for them was really difficult. Like they would give and people would be unappreciative, you know, because it's expected for them to give. It's expected for them to hold the door or to cook or something, you know? So if they cook because they care, like people aren't appreciating it because they're like, well, you're supposed to be doing the cooking anyway. So it kind of feels like that. Like that's why it feels like they really love their culture. They love a lot of the parts about it. They're very proud to be where they're from. But when it comes to like romance, they're just kind of tired of their picks because, and it doesn't seem like it's too big of a deal. They just consider themselves not as romantic or a little bit more independent. Like I feel like they're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm super independent. I need a lot of alone time. And like you give that to them. And like, you're going to be like, that's your version of a lot of alone time. Like you just took a day to yourself. And it's because where they're from, that's not a thing. Like you're just not allowed to have that. But yeah, I do feel like your person is very generous. And I feel like in love, they have experienced a lot of gaslighting, though they didn't allow it, right? They didn't allow the gaslighting, but they have experienced it where, again, it's similar to, you're supposed to be doing the cooking anyway. You're supposed to hold the door for me anyway, you know? You're expected to clean the house. That's your role in society and in a relationship. Why do you want me to thank you for something that you would have done anyway? That's the kind of thing. It's like the people that they've encountered romantically have been more like greedy or selfish or like unappreciative. But again, it's like your person's heart hasn't changed. It's just they feel like drained. Like they're not even complaining too much about it. They're not like angry about it. They just feel like exhausted from it. They're like, oh, they're all the same, you know? So they didn't really feel appreciated. But again, like their generosity is showing through very strongly. Like they're really big on acts of service. It's just, I don't know why. They just didn't get appreciated. Now let's take a look at how this person views you, right? You guys have unicorn and chameleon. We're going to get to the pig soon, but with a unicorn, it's like this person sees you as somebody who's so special. And like this, in general, with all the stuff we've got here, this person sees you as someone who's so special. And I feel like they think that you're lucky. You're lucky for them. Or like they were blessed. They must have had like a good luck streak or something when they met you. They feel like you're super adaptable, and sometimes it's almost like they're not well, yeah, actually, I feel like they will test you a couple of times to see how you react if you're going to be similar to those people from where they're from. And it's like every time you're just like, yeah, that's fine. You know, like you give off this thing of like, I trust you. You're an independent person. You need to do stuff to yourself. That's okay. Because I need my alone time sometimes too. I get it. Like you guys are coming from that place. You know, it's more mature. It's more evolved. And they're like constantly, I feel like they're, especially in the beginning of your relationship, they're constantly being like impressed and shocked by you. Like, really? This person is giving me the day, you know? And they'll throw it in again. And they're like, well, I know you wanted to do this, but my friends really, really wanted to hang out and I haven't seen them in a while, you know? And they're expecting you to be like, how dare you? Like, you made plans with me. But you guys instead are going to be like, well, okay, go for it. You know, go hang out with your friends. That's totally fine. We can reschedule. It wasn't a big deal anyway. You know, we have some free time tomorrow too. And I get you haven't seen. And so like for them, that is like, whoa, this person sees me. So like, remember how I said you guys are both going to feel like seen, or you guys are going to feel seen and heard. Like it's a mutual thing in the connection. That's also why they're so protective of this union, is because they're like, there's no way that somebody else's energy is going to get mixed up in all this. I don't think that they're super superstitious. I just think that, at least compared to like where they're from, right? But I do feel like this union is something that they want to keep safe, or like the way that it is, or like unaffected. So they're not going to become more superstitious, but they're going to be a little like mindful of those things too. I think they're going to feel like you guys are such a rare being because of how understanding you are and adaptable, and like you're able to keep calm and not, like in serious situations, you're able to react with rationale, right? And that's not something they're used to. They're used to people exploding when they're angry. They're used to people being extra passionate, right? In the way they communicate. So for them, your calm response in times of struggle and like your support, you know, like you don't, if they were struggling, you guys aren't going to make them feel shittier. You're going to try to support them, as opposed to being like, well, you should do this, this, and this, where you put pressure on them, you know, which again, they could have experienced in their culture more frequently. Obviously, you can't say everyone in a culture is exactly the same, because your person is not like that, right? Your person is not the same. But maybe it's just all the people that they were encountering at home, back home, were like that. Let's see what else. Okay, with the pig, I feel like they're just joking around. Like maybe you guys like food, you know? I'm not saying that you guys are big or overweight or anything, but I do feel like maybe because you guys like food, or sometimes if like, I feel because this is a general reading, it's a little hard, but I feel like this pig is like a little inside joke, you know, like they're poking fun at you. So it's like either because you love food, or it's something along the lines of when you eat, maybe you like spill stuff on your shirt, or like on your pants, you know, like the food kind of doesn't always go clean from the plate to your mouth. Or something along the lines, like I'm also hearing like they say, like for some of you guys it's maybe like baby skin, and so they call you a little pig. Or maybe like when you laugh, something about your laugh, or maybe you snore, like there's something, like it feels like something that they poke fun at, which is why they put out this little pig card. But I also feel like you're going to be like, stop, you know, like it's not that big of a deal, blah, blah, blah. But this person is not actually making fun of you. They're teasing you. Whatever this thing is, they genuinely find it endearing. Okay, so even if it is like the snoring, for example, right? They think it's cute that noise is coming out of whatever it is that you look like. You know, if it is the eating, they're so cute, you know, like this is funny. Whatever it is, like I feel like they think that it's very cute. So don't think that they're like insulting you. They're literally just teasing you to get a reaction. They're being playful, whatever it is that this is referring to for you guys particularly. It's all a joke because they genuinely think that it is adorable and they love that about you. They think it's one of your cute traits, you know, that they wouldn't change. And then what they really want to say to you with the let yourself receive, right? I feel like this person is asking you, like, when they come into your life, they just would like for you to really be open to receiving that. And to, like, maybe you guys are used to doing things on your own and for yourself because you're independent, you know? So it's not that you're necessarily overly independent, but I feel like they're going from a place where they felt like a lot was expected from them, right? And they weren't receiving the gratitude or appreciation that they deserved. But since you acknowledge and appreciate them, they want to do more for you. And they're just like, let me help you, please. You know, it's very sweet. They're like, let me help you. It's okay for me to help you. It's okay for you to ask me for help. Especially like hearing this, right? Like, I feel like they'll tell you about the people in their culture when it comes to relationships, and it's going to make you even more conscious of like, oh, I shouldn't be this way because I want to make sure they feel like they don't have to do anything out of obligation, you know? But now they're here like, yeah, but for you, I want to do things because you appreciate. So don't feel like I feel like I have to do it. I'm doing it because I genuinely want to. So let me do more for you. You know, it's very sweet. It's very sweet, you guys. Okay, now let's get into our final messages. Okay. Yeah, with this card especially, I really feel like your person is coming to you, and it does seem like it's across seas. So they could have already made the move, you know. This isn't really about time frames. It's more so about like just the connection in general. But yes, okay, for final messages, we have love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Enjoy your extraordinary uniqueness. Do you know what you've created? No, besides an intergalactically known saunter named after you. Inspiration in the eyes that have watched you. Hope in the minds that have admired you. And love in the hearts that have known you. But you might ease up on your sachet before someone gets hurt. Not bad, kiddo. Not bad at all. The universe. And then we have the balsamic moon, shall we say, or the waning crescent. We have the end of summer and the 5th house. Yeah, so I feel like right now there's a little bit of an emphasis or like an encouragement. I don't think that you guys are completely straying from yourselves or anything, but I feel like Divine is trying to let you know, like, this person will come, like this person is coming to you, right? So continue focusing on the things that you need, on building yourself up, on building stability for yourself, and feeling gratitude, seeing the love that is around you, because that energy is going to call in your person even sooner, right? You're raising your frequency so that you can be the lighthouse that calls them in, and enjoy your extraordinary uniqueness. Like, it's interesting that your person also described you as the unicorn, right? Because this is such a unique being. And it seems counterintuitive to also match that with a chameleon, which is constantly blending in, right? But chameleons blend in because they're adaptable, but they're also like, they also have their own individual personalities and whatever, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like a whole living being. And I feel like with you guys, it's like sometimes maybe you don't realize the things about you that make you special and unique. Maybe you compare yourself to other people in the line of work that you do, or in the line of things that you're interested with, you know? And you're just like, you know, all the others are like that too. So it's not special. You know, maybe you say that to keep yourself humble. But it's like, no, it is special, you know? It's okay to acknowledge that it's special and still be humble. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's really about falling in love with yourself even more so. I feel like these things, the stability, the seeing the love around you, you're enjoying your uniqueness, they're just asking you to like fall in love with yourself again, even deeper than before. And it's going to create incredible changes in your life in general, but this is also going to bring your person to you. But don't fall in love with yourself so that you can attract your person, right? Because that's not considered real self-love. You're doing it with an agenda, with a mission in mind that's not about you. So it's just about, for the sake of you, just for the sake of loving you, fall in love with yourself, right? Love yourself the way you want to be loved. With this balsamic moon and the end of summer and the 5th house. Oh, you know what? 5th house is Leo, and in the pardon me. Excuse me, guys. My throat is dry, and like when I get to a certain point, I just kind of feel like coughing. But I'm almost done with. I'll drink water. Okay, one sec. Okay. It's interesting, right? Because this is like almost the end before a new moon, before a new beginning. When you're applying all of your lessons and your wisdoms and knowledges and learnings and stuff like that to get ready for your new beginning. And then with this, right, Leo season in the northern hemisphere of the world it's around, you know, closer to the end of summer. So I think it's interesting, right, that we have kind of a little bit of a emphasis on that Leo energy. Give me just a moment, you guys. Yeah, I feel like they're saying that there's still a little bit of waiting to do, but it's not like years and years and years and years, you know? On some level, it's like the universe wants to say it's just around the corner. But at the same time, like I feel like it's not actually just around the corner. So don't get too worked up on timing, you guys. Timing is constantly changing, right? Based off of our actions, our energies, and it's not really, time is it's like water. You know, it doesn't really stay still. It's constantly in motion. So, and same goes for timing and readings. You know what I mean? But yeah, this feels more of like an energy on that. Yeah. And I feel like there's also that emphasis on like fun and play. But really, again, I'm getting like that self, like really coming into falling in love with yourself. Okay, let me see, I think if I'm getting anything else. Yeah, I think that's it for you guys. So, yeah, all right. Let me read your letter to you guys one more time, uninterrupted, for those of you that want to hear it once again. And, oops. There you go. And let's get into it. Hello there. It's been a while. I talk and I text and I'm always running late. It's a culture thing. But you are somehow still always there for me. Thank you for putting up with my shenanigans, though I know you love them. Winky face. Here is your love letter. I never really thought of myself as good at writing, but I've heard that I'm not too bad. I would say I'm more fun than romantic, but for you, I'll try just about anything. Many places configure speech in such a difficult or different way, but I'm still going to figure it out. I am determined. I know our languages could get in the way or act as a barrier, or so they say, but I'm willing to make it work. So what if we don't understand or know about each other's worlds? We can learn. I've even already started. I will make it a life's work to understand you. Thank you for having patience with me as I try to understand you. It really is a big learning curve for me. Who would have ever thought that I would meet my life partner this way? I'm so glad I didn't let the opportunity slip away. Can you believe how many years it's been? It's a pleasure and honor to move to new lands with you. I like how our life is a constant adventure. We're constantly growing and learning something new. Did you know a sloth can hold its breath longer than a dolphin? No? Well, I got you. Did I use that right? I meant that I got you covered with the trivia and fun facts. I also feel like I should let you know my getting distracted is nothing personal. I just can't help it. But come on, you do it too. I'm just kidding. I love you. You definitely don't do that. Winky face. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I'll stop. I love you. Smoochy smoochy. Your person. The smoochy gets me, you guys. But yeah, group 1, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. So please feel free to share what you guys are thinking or feeling, or just in general. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. I'd also appreciate if you supported the channel by subscribing, as I'm hoping to integrate even more like unique things to my channel. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but it's in the progress, okay? I have a wizardy friend that's helping me, which if you've seen my other videos, a couple of my other videos, he has made a cameo in them. But yeah, group 1, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, okay? And if you're interested in a personal private reading or an affirmation song or a custom crystal bracelet, all of the links to reach out to me are in the description box below, either through my email or the contacts page on my website. All right? Love you guys. Bye, group 1. Hey, group 2, this is your group. If you chose this golden sealed letter, let's ring the singing bowl for you. And I already shuffled out your cards, so I'm just gonna lay them here. I know it looks weird, but there's so many of them that I had to, and they're like 3 different, layouts, so I had to kind of stagger them. Before I read your letter, I did want to let you guys know, actually, I don't know what I'm going to, I have to look at your letter first, but the song, I'm going to read the lyrics to you, and I'll read your letter to you once again after your reading as well. So if there are interruptions by something that I'm adding or receiving while I'm reading it, just know that there is just an uninterrupted version of it that is read at the end too, okay? So let's see. Dear blank. Ooh, interesting that this is the one that got the gold. I was curious if this one would get the gold. Oh my gosh, look, there's like a little surprised face here. Okay, I have a note about your person too. Let me just grab my notes, 1 second. Oh, yes, okay. The note here was that when I was writing this letter, my eyes were hurting and I had the sensation in my stomach. So I feel like it has to do with self-worth stuff. So I feel like your person has a couple of things that they haven't really fully worked out. And I don't think that they view themselves in the highest light. But I think on some level, you guys are better than them in that, but there's still remnants of that for you too. I think it's something you guys kind of go through together. It's like you have a similar thing, but like a different version of it. Yeah, but let's see what your person says. Dear blank, I'm sorry. I feel like I've been avoiding you. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but at the moment, I'm a little scared of this connection. I'm scared of feeling things and longings for someone I don't really know. I'm scared of seeing glimpses of a future I never thought I'd have. I don't really feel like I deserve I must have not been paying attention when I wrote that. I wrote lot, but I think it's supposed to be love. I don't really feel like I deserve love yet. I'm not in a place where I feel worthy of it. Some things happened in my past, and though I'm better, I still haven't fully healed the aftermath, and I don't want you to have to deal with my baggage. My eyes have been hurting lately, and the environment of where I am is less than comforting. I'm in no place to welcome someone into my life or to be a happy part of someone else's. I'm sorry. Please don't go about your days waiting for me. I know you're someone that my soul has a lot of care for, and I would really want for you to be happy now. Don't let your joys and happiness in life be reserved for the time we meet. I want you to live. Go out into the world, explore, find new adventures, try new things, learn a new skill or craft, take a creative class, live your life, please. Take the romantic trip you've been waiting for now. Take it with yourself or a friend. Live for you. I will come around, but I just need some time. Don't turn down opportunities that excite you, even if they are with other potential people, just because you're waiting for me. I would have never want to be the reason you're holding back from life. I have faith in this based on what I'm seeing, faith in us. So please also trust that regardless of the road, the end will always be you and me. So live, please, live. I am excited to hear your stories, blank, or your person. But they just left it as blank. All right, you guys. Yes, I remember when I was writing this letter, I was like, I felt their genuine like self-worth issues and that they were in the low because of that stuff I was feeling in my stomach, and my eyes were hurting. And don't be discouraged by this letter, right? And towards the end, they tell you that too. It's not that they don't want you or it's a rejection. It's just they need a little bit of time. And remember how I said like they have this weird thing with self-worth. Like though I understand where they're coming from, where they want to get their life sorted out, the part where they feel like they're not ready for love because of that, or they don't deserve love yet, that's the part that is not the truth, you know? That's the part that needs healing. And I feel like you guys are also waiting for them, and it's keeping you from living your life, right? That's why they said that they want you to live your life. They want you to live. They want you to enjoy it, not pass your days waiting for them or waiting for them to try something you've always wanted to do so that you can have that experience together. You will have plenty of other new experiences together. So they want you to really live, because it would make them even more sad and feel worse about themselves knowing that you held out on living your life because you were waiting for them. And it also energetically makes them feel pressured, you know, because they feel like they're being rushed more so. So it's like both of you have, I feel like for you guys, learning to enjoy this and like this stuff, genuinely enjoying it independently. I'm not saying like take yourself out on a lunch date, you know, by yourself. And you're like, well, I do that all the time. It's like, just because you eat all the time on your own doesn't mean that you're enjoying it as like I'm actually taking myself out to eat. You know what I mean? It's a shift in perspective. The shift in the way that you perceive those actions, the shift in the way that you perceive of doing those nice things for yourself. Are you just doing it because you have to eat? No one else is there to go out with you, so you're just going to go out anyway? Is it like coming from a place, a little bit of ego, you know, or resentment when you're doing it? Or are you doing it because you're like, I deserve to be treated to a nice meal at a nice place with exactly the food that I want, and I'm gonna take myself to do that because I deserve it, you know? The intention behind those actions is different. Now let's take a look at what song you guys got. I'm curious about this too. Ooh, I Was Born to Love You by Queen. I just got chills. Wow, you see, so like this is, I feel like both of you guys, like this person wants to avoid codependency on their end. And I feel like that's the thing that you guys are working through or healing now too, with that whole like enjoying living your life on your own independently and truly enjoying it, not doing it because you don't have anyone else to do it with, so you're doing it on your own. Not as an afterthought, not as a second option, not as a last resort, but because this is, you are your first pick kind of a thing, you know? So I feel like both of you are healing this slight like codependency thing. And it's interesting that this is the song that they chose for you, that I Was Born to Love You by Queen. Let me read the lyrics to you guys. It's almost like their heart wants to live free and uninhibited, but they just have to get over the layers of insecurity and their trauma, right? Like in Shrek when they talk about ogres have layers, like it's layers, right? Like you're peeling an onion. And the trauma is those layers that you just want to get to the center. So I feel like in their center, they are this expressive person that just wants to love you. But yes, let's read the lyrics. I was born to love you with every single beat of my heart. Yes, I was born to take care of you every single day. And then it repeats, and then you're the one for me. I am the man for you. You were made for me. You're my ecstasy. If I was given every opportunity, I'd kill for your love. So take a chance with me. Let me romance with you. I'm caught in a dream, and my dreams come true. It's so hard to believe this is happening to me. An amazing feeling coming through. I was born to love you with every single beat of my heart. Yes, I was born to take care of you, honey, every single day of my life. I want to love you. I love every little thing about you. Ooh. My goodness. That was a double confirmation, right? I guess they're saying like, you're good enough. It's just I'm the one that's not. And I feel like you guys kind of echo that or reflect that a little bit too. Like you'll be like, what are you saying? Like, I'll accept you exactly as you are. Maybe I need a bit of improvement. You know, it's like you guys are mirroring that. I want to love you. I love every little thing about you. I want to love you, love you, love you. Born to love you every single day of my life. An amazing feeling coming through. And then I was born to love you with every single beat of my heart. Yes, I was born to take care of you every single day of my life. Ooh, you see even the papers dancing. I love you, babe. Yes, I was born to love you. I want to love you, love you, love you. I get so lonely, lonely, lonely. I want to love you, love you. It's magic. Yeah, give it to me. Okay. I kind of cut and paste a little bit there because I didn't want to repeat like the parts where it's like, oh, day, you know, born to love you, born to like 4 times. So just getting the message across, right? So you see, like this song is super energetic. It's super fun and exhilarating and like passionately expressing, like, or not passionately, but unrestrictedly expressing, right? Feelings. And I feel like that's, your person wants to be that uninhibited. And so it's like their heart is saying it like that it's boundless, but the stuff that they're going through or getting over is acting kind of like a weight on them that makes it a little harder for them to feel like they can just be weightless and expressing how they feel, right? That's the part that they're working through. And that's a little echo of what you're working through too, you know? But yes, let's get into your mismatch, mishmash, whatever, this little big stack. All right, so the first messages are going to be just in general, like messages from your person. And it's kind of like open to whatever comes through, you know, but the intention was that it's messages from your person or like information about the connection, you know, related to your person. So we've got the Strength card, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, interesting. The Ten of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Four of Cups, the oops, Two of Wands. Let me just shift this over. The Six of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Emperor, the Six of Cups, the Sun, the Ten of Swords, the Fool, and the Empress. Yeah, okay, you have the Emperor and the Empress. So there's a lot of cards that are kind of heavy and hard here, and I feel like this is literally talking about what your person is going through, and it's really this emotional work that they've still got left to do, right? I feel like, because remember in the letter, they even mentioned that they don't think that they really deserve love yet. They're not in a place where they feel like they deserve love. And I feel like they are coming to a new beginning. When they get to a new beginning, that's around the time when they're going to come across you guys. But it's going to be a new beginning for both of you, right? It's going to be a painful ending, especially for them. With you guys, I feel like you were really trying on some level to work around the stuff that you've experienced or have been through. With them, there was a lot of hiding from it in the past or ignoring it. So like it's even more difficult for them to kind of sort through what they're feeling or going through now. But the fact that we have both the Emperor and the Empress is talking to me about you guys being like divine counterparts. You know, with the Six of Cups, it's also like soul family, you know, and like two peas in a pod. Like you guys just get each other. You get along really well and you get each other. Like it's almost like your hearts are pure and kind and you understand each other. But the only obstacle again is the way that you view yourselves, right? And like for you guys, it's about realizing that it's a privilege to meet your own needs, you know? And for them, it's about realizing that they deserve to have their needs met, period. They deserve love. You guys have already started consciously knowing that or understanding that they're not exactly in that place yet. I also feel like, yeah, they're going through a bit of a hard time, you guys. They're really seeing everything as they need to protect themselves from wherever it is that they are, from the energy of the people around them. I feel like there is a little bit of a risk of them falling into a victim mentality, but it's part of their journey, right? I think that they feel very betrayed at the moment and like they're really pushing through without seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So if you've been feeling like, if before you had felt an energetic connection to them or like you felt them energetically and then you kind of stopped feeling them, I think that's why. I feel like you guys are being protected from empathically taking on their emotions and what they're experiencing and internalizing it as your own. I feel like your soul is with them as a form of like strength and like support, but they still have to go through this kind of physically on their own. Yeah, it just seems like they don't really see the light yet. So it's not to say that the light isn't there. It's just when somebody falls into the victim mentality, you know, they fall into wallowing. That could be the reason why, right? It's because they're in that place. It almost feels kind of similar to a dark night of the soul, though I don't know if I would say this is necessarily as intense, but this is a very huge life shift for your person. And this is important for them to go through before they meet you, before you guys come together, because otherwise it would not be a happy union that lasts, you know. And since this is your future spouse, this is what they're currently overcoming before they make their way to you. I feel like they will definitely see you as a source of light. It's like they're looking for the light, but this connection is that light, you know. It's like they've been looking for compassion and understanding from somebody else their whole life. And they get that from you, and they feel that with you, and they give that to you. It's like both of you guys know what it feels like to be hurt. So you know that, you know how to make sure that the person that you're with, like you're extra cautious to make sure that the person that you're with doesn't feel hurt because of you. You know, so both of you guys are treating the connection with respect and care. And that's what's going to give you such strong bonds, and you're going to feel very cherished by each other. And I'm seeing a lot of gratitude, like feeling very grateful for this connection and for this union when you guys actually get to come together. And it's like the love feels so liberating. You know, like you guys are free, like you don't have heavy burdens on your heart, and especially your person. I feel like your person has it really heavy, you know. So being with you guys and being in love with you and sharing love with you makes this person feel free, which is super sweet. Okay, let's move on to the next section to see if there's anything else, because I think that's about it for these cards that I'm getting. Born to love you. Yes, I was born to love you. Yeah, that song is like stuck in my head now. Let's see. Okay, the next section, we're going to be getting a little bit of insight into your person, whether it's about their past or what they've experienced or what they're currently going through. And then we're going to look at how your person views you, and one card message of something that they, I think you guys got two. Oh no, you got one card of something that they really, really, really want to emphasize, like their great message to you from the cards. Okay, so these cards are Thai, so I'm just going to show you the images because I do not know what they're called. And this is the part that's about your person. Okay, then how they view you. You have chameleon, alligator, firefly. Yes, you see, you're the light at the end of the tunnel. And then their like message that they really want you to get across, they want you to feel, and they really want, like, it's important for them to deliver this message to you, right? And it's a message that is associated with Archangel Raphael, and it says, you are worthy. How sweet is that? And how perfect does that tie in to the reading? It's like they're saying this to you, and like you would say it back to them, you know? It's like, but the important thing is for you guys to get that yourselves. That will be the thing that removes the obstacles to your union. But it is just so sweet that this person is like, I think, remember how I said, it's like both of you guys know what it feels like to be hurt. So you're going to try really, like, you're so kind to each other. So you'll be doing everything to make sure that you're not hurting each other, that you're being respectful and kind to each other. And I feel like this is the same thing with this message. This person is telling you you are worthy, you know, and even though they may not feel that, they're like, I know what it feels like to not feel that way. And I promise you, you are so lovable. You are so worthy. It is so sweet. Okay. But first, let's see about them. I feel like they've been betrayed in love. I feel like this person has the type of connection that they have with their parents has strongly influenced the type of partner that they're looking for, or that they have looked for in the past. They would call in toxic relationships with people who are overly emotionally needy. So your person had to overgive all of the time. Because these people would be needy, because I feel like your person's so for example, if your person is interested in women, then it's the mother figure that the issue was with. If your person is interested in men, then it's the father figure that this person had issues with. If your person is interested in both, then it's either one or maybe both of the parents, most likely. Again, this is a general reading. But I feel like with the gender that they're interested in, your person had the issue with that gendered parent, where that parent was almost like a child, you know? Like their emotions were like outbursts. Their emotions were unstable, and your person was the emotional support for that parent. Even from a young age, they had to find ways to navigate their parents' unstable emotions. So the unstable emotions would sometimes even involve the parent like yelling and all of this stuff, right? And so there's like this emotional shock and trauma within your person. Like when they see a lot of conflict, part of them wants to shut down, right? And I feel like that parent was very selfish, because they made their child feel like they need to be the parent. They made the child feel like the child has to be the parent. You know, a parent is supposed to try to keep it together to provide, to make the child feel secure. But this person's parent, your person's parent, didn't do that. You know, they heavily relied on your person. And it led to your person feeling like their worth and the way that they deserve love or have to earn love is through overgiving. And so they naturally started attracting more people that were like that mother, because that's all they knew, right? And I feel like I'm saying mother, but like that parent, right? Like that parent figure, because that's all they knew. And I feel like the parent figure also lost themselves in relationships. So if that parent is married, like if their parents are both married, like if it is the mother, then the mother lost herself in the father. Or if the parents are divorced, then whatever partner the parent would have, they would lose themselves in that partner, you know? And then they would emotionally rely on their child to support them when they're going through a hard time. So not only does your person have to act like an adult at such a young age, but they also don't have this parent figure present at all, because this parent like melts into the personality of whoever they're with. They become the shadow of whoever they're with. And so your person had to deal with that in relationships as well, where they were attracting people that they would just overgive to, because that was just how they're used to it. And people who were maybe loud or very overly emotional, because again, it was just what they were used to. Your person wants to take care of people, wants to nurture and love and cherish, but because their view of those things and their association with those things was tainted because of their parents, they need to go on this like healing journey. Yeah, I feel like they experienced a lot of emotional manipulation. They experienced a lot of emotional manipulation, and it led to them feeling how they feel about themselves and all of this stuff, you know. But it's just something that they have to go through. It's one of their karmic lessons in this life to overcome this. And by the time they get to you, they will have not completely healed it, but they'd be in a place where it didn't affect them anymore, and they realize that this is not true, this is not the case, this is not who they are anymore. It was just something that happened to them that they were carrying, you know? And how they view you guys. So again, I feel like they look at you as this very special light, right? Because there's something about you guys where you can kind of sense what each other has been through. It's like you can take one look at each other and you kind of know what you've been through, and you empathize for each other, you know. Yeah, I feel like your person sees that you've been through a lot of stuff too. And I feel like they also think that in the past you have shut down around conflict, and that that you're good at adapting to your environment because you also had something similar where there was not, as like growing up or at some point in your like teenhood or something, you felt like you were not safe. And so you had to keep adjusting to or like blending, right? To survive. It was an instinct, like a fight or flight kind of a thing. And though it's helped you now in your life, right? This has actually become a positive trait. Your person recognizes that this comes from something harsher, right? I feel like they feel that you are like a queen or king of transformation. Yeah. I also think that they feel that you're super intuitive and very wise. And I think they feel like you guys are the same in the sense that just like they got used to carrying the burden on like other people's burdens on their shoulders, they feel like they see you as somebody who does that too, right? They see you as somebody who is strong and shoulders other people's burdens, or like you take other people's burdens onto you, and they don't want that to happen to you with them. That's also why they were saying like live your life, right? And what I was saying, you may be feeling a disconnect from them because you're being protected from taking on their stuff, because they genuinely do not want you to take on their stuff. Them coming to you to share how they're feeling is not the same thing as you going, let me carry some of that with you, you know, because they know what it's like to have to carry for someone else, and they don't want to burden you, you know. They're like, I want you to live. I don't want you to struggle with me when you don't have to. You deserve that. You are worthy of it. They feel like you guys are super honorable and noble. And again, like very, very kind, you know, and like you've got a tough skin. And I feel like that may not necessarily be the case. I think you have your emotions, you just don't put them on display for everyone to see sometimes when it comes to this tough skin thing. Like it is, I feel like that's how they view, maybe it's just because they're seeing you as strong, because like the tough skin, I don't feel like that applies for a lot of you. But I even feel like stuff with your physical body, like they can see that it's coming from a place from your past, you know? So if you have any insecurities about your physical body, whether it's like acne scars or the weight or something, or like skin conditions or whatever, your person, they don't care about that because they understand where it's coming from. I feel like they even had to overcome some kind of condition of their own, you know, like a skin, for them it feels more like a skin thing, you know. I think they'll be fine when you guys meet them, but I think they realize that it's tied with certain emotions for them. So I wouldn't worry about experiencing judgment about these things. Okay? Like don't feel bad like if you have issues with a leg or something like that. They're still here saying you are worthy, you know, and you're strong and you are adaptable, and that's what they admire about you. They're not looking at what you consider a fault or something that would keep you from being lovable or attractive. They're not looking at that. They're actually looking at how strong you are to overcome certain things, and how like they understand that overcoming difficult things can affect people's bodies and mannerisms and all of this stuff, you know. And your person still sees you as such a light, like they're just amazed at how light you are from going through what you went through. But again, like you adapt, you push through, you know, you can survive. They admire that about you. It's like they're seeing like I see your hurt. It's like they're saying, I see your hurt. I admire how strong you've been and how you've overcome and how you continue to keep moving forward and going through it. Like pushing through the obstacles, okay? So that's really sweet. Now let's see the final messages. Okay, so we've, you guys, I have to tell you, okay? Because when I was shuffling the cards, I saw this on the bottom of the deck, True Love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And literally when I put down the cards right after shuffling and I saw that on the bottom, I literally went, what I just did. I was like, oh, like I said it out loud. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I must remember to note that, but I forgot about it until I saw this. I love you. These are powerful words. You guys, I want to cry and I just got so much chills. I was born to love you. I love you. You see, like the letter may have so many chills, and them telling you you're worthy. So the letter initially may have sounded like they were distancing themselves from you, right? Almost like a move on kind of a thing. But you see, like this is what's really in their heart. Like this this is so sweet. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's so sweet. It's like, yes, this really makes me want to cry. They're saying it to you, okay? They're saying it back to you. They're saying they love you. It's just before this can be a healthy union, because they're going to stay with you for the rest of your lives, right? Your future your soulmate, your ultimate partner, your future spouse. This is a future spouse reading. They just need to get some stuff sorted out before they can come into your life so that this is the happy union that it's supposed to be, right? But it's like their love for you is so deep and they admire you so much, okay? And then we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. You also have turn on your love light. What is this? Okay. Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. Works for me, the universe. You guys actually got 2 of these cards. You have Yeehaw. When it comes to choosing who will be in your life, I recommend valuing their yeehaw quality above all others. Have it your way. Special orders don't upset us, the universe. And then we also have the waxing gibbet. No, this is the... This is the waxing... Oh my... This is the waning gibbous. Sorry, guys. Libra and the beginning of winter. Okay, thoughts and things that need to be said, right? So with the turn on your love light and the yeehaw, when I saw the yeehaw, it made me think of Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. And like that moment where Simba's daughter, Nala, is teaching Kovu how to have fun. So like Kovu came in with like another agenda or whatever, but he understands hurt and all this stuff too. It's just he's been manipulated. And so Nala teaches him how to have fun. Right? And this is what they go around saying. They go around saying, yeehaw, like with Timon and Pumbaa, and it's so sweet. And that's just what I kept hearing. It's like, it made me think of that, you know? And the turn on your love light and calling in your soulmate, the I love you. You see, it's like they want you to continue to stay in this frequency of love, right? And just like what I was saying, like they want you to go out, have fun, do those things for yourself where you're doing it out of, I don't know if I said it in this group or the other group, but it's like oh man, this is just so sweet, you know? It's like go out and do things just for the sake of doing it. Like realize it's a privilege for you to love yourself and go and do that. And by you doing that, you guys are sending that love to them too. It's like you're being that hope, that light. You're shining even brighter to be that light that they see you as. So it's like, it's going to help them to overcome too. So don't do it for them. Don't love yourself for them. Love yourself because you deserve it. Do those things for you because you deserve it. Gain your independence because you deserve to feel like your needs are met independently, right? Not because somebody else meets your needs. It's an empowering thing. So do those empowering things for you. And as you empower yourself, your light will shine even brighter, and they're actually going to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel as a result, because you are the light at the end of the tunnel. So again, don't use them as a motivation. Don't be like, I'm taking care of myself so that my person can feel loved or whatever. It's like, no, the way to really overcome this is to make sure that it's about you. Just take care of you and love you. Be a little selfish in that regard. And know that by you doing that, you are helping them. Okay, this is such a sweet and pure love, you guys. And the universe is really trying to let you guys know that your person is coming. Okay, they are coming. They are on their way. There needs to be a little bit more time. They've got to go through what they're going through. And for you guys, it's about enjoying your life now, okay? And as they asked you to live, all right? So yeah, like they're going through it, so they need some more time. So don't think about timing or anything like that. Just live your lives, okay? And fall in love with the idea of loving yourself unconditionally, and just really allowing yourself to have fun and stuff, okay? So I'm going to clear here, and I'm going to read your letter one final time. Okay. Dear blank, I'm sorry. I feel like I've been avoiding you. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but at the moment, I'm a little scared of this connection. I'm scared of feeling things and longings for someone I don't really know. I'm scared of seeing glimpses of a future I never thought I'd have. I don't really feel like I deserve love yet. I'm not in a place where I feel worthy of it. Something's happened in my past, and though I'm better, I still haven't fully healed the aftermath, and I don't want you to have to deal with my baggage. My eyes have been hurting lately, and the environment of where I am is less than comforting. I'm in no place to welcome someone into my life or to be a happy part of someone else's. I'm sorry. Please don't go about your days waiting for me. I know you're someone that my soul has a lot of care for, and I would really want for you to be happy now. Don't let your joy and happiness in life be reserved for the time we meet. I want you to live. Go out into the world, explore, find new adventures, try new things, learn a new skill or craft, take creative classes, live your life, please. Take the romantic trip you've been waiting for now. Take it with yourself or a friend. Live for you. I will come around, but I just need some time. Don't turn down opportunities that excite you, even if they are with other potential people, just because you're waiting for me. I would never want to be the reason you're holding back from life. I have faith in this based on what I'm seeing, faith in us. So please also trust that regardless of the road, the end will always be you and me. So live, please live. I'm excited to hear your stories. Blank. You see, you guys, like when they're saying that they're excited to hear your stories, it's like the stories that you're going to make by living your life. They're going to be so fun and interesting, you know, and your person is like, I'm excited to hear about them. Okay. All right, group 2, that was your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. And I would love to hear from you guys in the comments, what you thought of the reading, which part resonated, you know, were there parts that were mirroring, all of this stuff. And also, I'd appreciate if you supported the channel by subscribing. I have more like things that I find, that I personally think are going to be a little bit more unique, that I want to continue incorporating in my channel. So if you'd like to stay tuned for that, please do. And also, if you guys are interested in a personal private reading or a custom crystal bracelet or a custom affirmation song, you can reach out to me through either my website contact page or through my email, all in the description box below. All right, group number 2, I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your days. You guys, rest of your days, well, rest of your days too, but rest of your day. You guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and days. And you've got this, okay? You've got this. Go enjoy your life. Have fun. It's time for you to have fun, okay? Bye, group 2. Hey, group 2. Well, I was about to call you guys group 2. Hey, group 3. Welcome to your reading. This is your group if you chose this pink seal. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. There was the time when I was shuffling, I accidentally called you group 2. And I accidentally called you group 4. So I don't know if like people from group 2 and group 4 have also clicked on this group. Yeah, so let me know. Let me know if you guys chose multiple groups. But yes, before we get into your message, let me ring the singing bowl for you guys. Wonderful. That was really intense. I didn't mean to hit it so loud, but the fact that it was so vibrant and buzzing, and like your cards, you guys, were just like exploding, okay, as I was shuffling. They were just, let me actually pull them out here. Your cards were literally like falling out like crazy, okay? And I had to go around picking them up. So your person's got a lot to say. I feel like they're talkative, they're chatty. So there was one letter that was super chatty. I'm really curious to see if this is the one, since the cards kept coming out like excitedly. So I'm excited, let's get into it. But before we begin, I do want to let you guys know, I may cut off whenever I have the letter of stuff comes through when I'm reading it. So I'm also going to read the letter without interruption and stuff at the end of the reading too. So if you wanted to hear it again, it will be read at the end of the reading as well, okay? So let's get into it. Is this the one? Yes, I think this is, you guys, this is hilarious, right? What did I tell you? I did it at random on purpose. I did it at random because I wanted to see just how well everything goes along with each other. So like this person was really coming through with the whole, I want to talk to you, I want to talk to you. Like they're super exuberant and talkative. And let me actually tell you their little note before I read the letter. So the note for this, yes, literally, look at this. I can't zoom in, but it says here, my dearest beloved, right? That's my dearest beloved. That's how I marked which note is for what, since it was random. Talkative. That was like the one that is talkative, okay? Okay, so, and I'm curious to see what the song will be. I think I have an idea of what it will be too, but we'll see, like which one ended up with that one. Okay. My dearest beloved, I know it's been a while since I last reached out to you. I get you may have felt like we have had some radio silence, but honestly, I've just had a lot going on. These last few months have been like revisiting my own personal hell. I don't mean to frighten you. Everything is okay now. I've gone through, I've overcome, but now I just really miss you. I still have a lot going on. Work keeps me busier than ever, but it feels like I say that all the time. Don't worry though, I won't let lack of work-life balance ruin another relationship for me, especially the most important one. I've been wanting to write to you, but for important, I've been wanting to write to you. Sorry guys, I just completely lost track of where I was. I've been wanting to write to you, but for some time I just couldn't pick up the pen. Though now I'm trying to get back into it. Actually, not trying, doing. I feel like this person is like, they're into like Tony Robbins and like The Secret and self-work kind of stuff, you know, like manifestation, law of attraction, maybe Abraham Hicks too. There are so many things I want to tell you at the end of my day. I wish I could come home to you. I want to talk to you. You see, this is the talkative part. I want to talk to you about my day and mundane things and just keep talking with you in general. I want you to be a part of my everyday life already. I want you around when I get ready in the morning, when I unwind at night, and when I experience something new. I want you involved in some way, shape, or form. I'm making space for you in my life, and by the time you come around, there will be a welcome mat waiting for you at the door. I don't think I've ever really had or made the time for love before you. In many ways, you get to be my first, and I know I'm the same for you. You'll be my first, especially in the emotional department. It feels like I've waited a lifetime for you, but I can wait a few more months too. I kind of get the feeling that you'll be coming soon. Oh, I just got chills. One second. Okay, I'm always going to be yours, blank. So like fill in your person's name. You guys, this person says that they have the feeling they'll be coming soon, right? Oh my gosh, I have tears in my eyes. It's so real, and I have chills on my arms. Okay, so I have these like love, romance, angel cards that I also have in this reading, right, as final messages. And again, I don't look at the cards ahead of time unless one flips over. But for whatever reason, like one of the cards I flipped and whatever. So you guys are the only group that got 2 of these, okay? It's 1 per group. You guys got 2. And the one that you got, I just felt like I needed to incorporate the second one. And you guys, the second one was very soon. Oh, I just got chills again. Okay. I'm getting giddy for you, okay? Yes, your person is a workaholic, all right? But like they mentioned in the letter, that's not going to get in the way of your relationship, because when you guys come together, it's like they're already in the mindset that they need to make space for love. Like that's what they're doing. Like they're focusing on it because they're really into law of attraction, manifestation stuff. And they know that until they make place for it, it's not going to happen. The kind of love that they're looking for, right? They've had like surface level kind of connections before. This is kind of making me think of one of the letters from the last letter video. So I'm wondering if this is a continuation for some people. And I did see some parallels from like group 2. So I'm wondering if people from group 2 actually have clicked on this, if they felt like theirs wasn't as resonant, or maybe it felt like a different stage of their life. So maybe this is like the initial stage and now we're here kind of a thing. Let's see what else I was getting when I read this really quickly. Yeah, and when they say that they want to talk to you about mundane things, it's like they just want you around for like every part of their life. It's not that they only want to talk about superficial things, but like they want to play house with you, but not play it. They want to actually have it, you know, like to be with you. Like they just want to be with you already and go through like the simple things in life with each other, in addition to the like that's how much they love you, you know. They're saying that they care about you and they want you to be with you so much that they would enjoy even the most simple things. They want to be able to enjoy that with you. You know, you don't have to be doing exciting things for them to feel like this relationship is worthwhile or exciting. You know, like every day is an adventure just because you were there. And this person is extremely excited to meet you, and they are super chatty. So it's no wonder that they're really drawn to like the law of attraction and manifestation, you know, with like words and stuff and writing, because that's just their kind of thing. I knew it. Oh my gosh. I just looked at the song and I knew it. I was already getting the feeling that this would be, I'm telling you, I did all of them at random, right? I was already getting the feeling that this would be the song. Okay, for, what's it called? For this group. I was just getting the feeling. The whole reading, I kept, as like the other songs were unfolding, I was like, no way is this going to be the song for group 3. Or not group 3. I didn't know about the groups, but like for this letter. I was like, no way is that going to be the song for this letter. I was like, no way, because I didn't know which letter, you know, it was at random when I put the seals on. You guys, okay, it is Come Vere by Rich, okay, I may not pronounce it, but it's Ricci Poveri. So yes, and the translation is how much I would like. You guys, I just can't get over the fact that I knew it, you know? So I feel like the fact that I had such a strong sensation about knowing, I feel like you guys are going to be like that too. And like your person is just going to know, okay? They are going to know when they see you. They're going to be like, this is the person I've been attracting, right? This is the person, my spouse. Like, they're just gonna know. And I feel like you guys are gonna know too. Like, the how much I would like is like, it's making me think of the manifestation, right? And then with me being like, I knew it. I feel like you guys are gonna see each other and gonna be like, there you are. Like, I've been looking for you, you know, I've been calling you in. I've been making space for you. Okay. Now let me get the lyrics, the translation. And you know what? I was saying this was making me think of a letter from my last letter reading. And I think it's the same letter that I was thinking of. I don't remember which group it was. It may have even also been the pink seal. It was pink or yellow, I think, or the gold. And that group also got an Italian song. Was it Italian? Yeah, they did. They got an Italian song. This is also an Italian song. So they got Caruso, I think. I think that was the song, but whatever it was, I'm pretty sure they got an Italian song. And then if you guys are here from that letter and you chose this one too, you guys got another Italian song. I don't know what it could be in a couple of things. You know, it's a general reading, but you know what I'm saying? It's two Italian songs. Coincidence? I think not, you know. All right, let me pull up the translation. 1 second. Okay. So the lyrics are, there are days in which I don't sleep and think about you. I am locked at home and silence is my friend. While the snow is falling down behind the glasses, I am waiting for you here next to the fire. There is something wrong in this winter, and there is no Christmas for the first time in life. However, 1 year ago, it was the same. Let's hope it's not over. How much I would like, my love, how much I would like you to love me the same way as I do. That this too sad, what? Okay, it's a translation, okay, guys, I didn't read it ahead of time, sorry. That this too sad, too monotonous evening would not be any more without you. How much I would like, well, basically saying it wouldn't be monotone without you. How much I would like, my love, how much I would like that this love which is leaving would not melt as the snow on the sun without words. I should understand you when I see you walking away and not to love you when you don't want to force yourself for love. Without falling in a new jealousy. Okay, maybe this isn't the best translation. Jealousy is spelled G-E-L-O-S-Y. I mean, I'm not the best at spelling, but like, it's okay. Which only you make me feel. How much I would like, my love, how much I would like you to love me. The same way I do, that this is too sad, too monotone, this monotonous evening would not be any more without you. And then he just repeats how much I would like to love you, how much I would like my love, how much I would like that this love which is leaving would not melt as the snow on the sun without words. And this time another woman will not come to cancel your imprint on the pillow. I have asked even the moon and it is not there. It does not want to be next to me anymore. Okay. So basically, that was really choppy, okay? But the gist of what they're saying is, it's like they're missing you, right? This is actually what they said in the letter. Like, they're missing you and they're thinking about you. And I don't think they're worried about you being with another person because they know that they're thinking about their person, right? But I do think that sometimes, and I don't think they entertain it long, but they have this momentary lapse where they'll be like, I wonder if my person is in a relationship. But again, I don't think they dwell on it too much because they're so into the law of attraction. They're like, nope, that's not the case. My person is going to be available, all of this stuff. But there is a lot of longing, and I feel like they're ready for the one. You know, they don't want just some person to fill the space. Like, they just want to be with you guys. They just want to be with their person, their ultimate one, right? Oh, what is in my fingernail? Yeah, the fact that I'm looking at my fingernail, I feel like they're being super detailed, super specific about what they want when it comes to manifesting you guys. Which you got nothing to worry about, right? Because they're literally manifesting you. So, But just know that that's how, like, you are exactly what they wanted, because they're being super specific and it's you. So yes, there's a lot of like longing going on in their spare time. Okay, and I'll read the letter again to you guys at the end of the reading. So let's get into your cards. The first set of cards, we're going to be looking at like messages from them, or just kind of in general about the connection or relationship, or what's going down, what's going on. Just so it's a little bit left open. Okay, so we've got the Four of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Empress, the Five of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Chariot. Interesting. This is motion, right? The Five of Swords. Okay. The Ten of Cups. And you know what? This wanted to come out in the Rider-Waite earlier too, but I put it back because I was like, this came out too quickly. The Ace of Cups. Oh my goodness. The Six of Swords. The Seven of Swords. The Queen of Cups. The Four of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Ooh, and the Four of Swords again. And I feel like I wanted to specify as well that on the bottom of the deck, on the bottom of the decks, you have the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups. So you guys got a lot of cup energy present. You have the Eight of Pentacles. You also have the Lovers, okay? And there's a Two of Swords. But this Two of Swords is making me think different things than the standard meaning for Two of Swords. So, okay. The fact that there are so many cups involved in your group, I feel like your person is super emotional, okay? They're full of emotion. They're full of love, okay? And they're very passionate with how they feel, and they want to love, okay? They love. They just didn't have the right person before or make the time for it, and they knew that they loved it, but they prioritized something else, like their work, right? Now they're really like, no, I want this. I love, and right now, like, I'm fixated on looking at this pink rose, right? And a pink rose, that's like this pure love. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, I just want love. I want love. I'm ready for love. That's it. End of story. That's it. Like, that's it. There's like no other things to add to it, you know? I feel like, oh, let me just confirm if this is you guys or them. 1 second. Sorry guys, I'm gonna also take a sip of water. I feel like it's both of you, okay? I feel like they've been hurt by their relationships and connections in the past because they felt like the people that they were with didn't understand why they had to prioritize work. And it always made them feel kind of crappy, you know, because they were like, I'm doing this for you. You know, I need to work for you. You want me to contribute to your feeling stable? Well, I need to do the work. You want me to be a good partner to you? I need to be stable in my life. And driven and all of this stuff, it's a healthy thing, you know? So I feel like they've felt rejected for their ambition and their drive when people initially would say that they admired that about them, but then when they got together with your person, they then turned it into this thing where they're like, well, actually, you know what? I don't like that you're so ambitious and driven, you know, because you don't have any time for me. So I feel like for your person, there's that. And for you guys, I feel like it's a self-worth, self-love thing. You guys have come a very long way, okay? You've come a very long way. You think you're beautiful, all of the stuff. Just sometimes you have your insecurities and doubts still creeping in, like in the moment. but you have come a very long way. You deserve to be applauded, okay? We're proud of you. We're proud of you. That was a weak applause. Hold on. There we go. We're proud of you. But there just still is that little healing that's going on. And I don't think that you guys have to try really hard for the healing to happen. I feel like it's already kind of unfolding naturally because you guys have been surrendering in your life, or you're trying to surrender. You know, you're trying to give in to the concept of surrender. And same thing for your person. I feel like it's naturally happening. Like both of you guys are naturally kind of releasing these kinds of burdens and hurts from your hearts to continue to be open for each other for when this, you know, for when your person comes around. I also feel like, because that's what I'm saying, like you guys are empowered, right? So it's just, this is like an echo of things that you guys have overcome, and you guys have healed a lot, and your person has, I feel like your person has done that too. I don't think they had the extent of what you were healing. I don't think it was as, like, I don't want to say like your trauma was worse than theirs, right? But I feel like you guys had a little bit more to overcome. They had support in a couple of other areas in their life that maybe you didn't, which is what led them to have like this material, conventional form of success. So I feel like you guys were overcoming a lot more emotionally and stuff, but they were overcoming also opening their heart on some level, okay? Yes. Yeah, you see, it's like even the sad cards at the end, they're followed by the good ones. So with the 5 of Cups, it's like looking at the cups that like wallowing in the past, right? But I feel like for you guys, it's actually moving on from the past. Like both of you guys are really taking a step to just continue, like completely leave behind the past. You guys are still in progress, in process of that. You're almost there. Your person is really like, okay, I'm leaving it behind. I think they have a little bit of ego associated with it, a little bit of ego attached, because it's coming from a place of hurt. But it is something that they will overcome before they even come in contact with you, which will happen soon. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is talking about all of that stuff. So it's just continuing that. Then we also have the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. I mean, this is really a beautiful new beginning and connection for you guys. Okay, so I feel like that's what you are experiencing with each other. It's this beautiful love. It's the first time. And that's why when they said like about being the first for each other, it's not the first relationship by any means, or the first like intimate encounter, right? We'll call it, because I don't feel like they are like virgins or anything. But it is the first true heartfelt emotional connection outside of family and friends for them that is long lasting and all of this stuff. So I feel like you guys are going to be romancing each other. You know, there's a lot of dreaminess in this connection, and it's like fun. And I feel like even though they mention enjoying mundane things together, I feel as though these mundane things are not super boring. Like, it doesn't mean that they no longer do fun stuff with you. I feel like you guys have a lot of fun things that you're doing. And I feel like some of your healing is going to continue once you come together. I think you guys are actually going to open up a lot to each other, and you're going to be very, because this person is really talkative, right? And I feel like you guys are going to be very communicative as well. So you guys are going to have a really healthy connection where you talk about what makes you feel uncomfortable, or you're going to talk about your triggers and things that, like, if they're saying something and it makes you uncomfortable or it triggers you, you'll be like, well, listen, I understand that this is what you mean, but I want you to know that this is triggering me in this way. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. You know, it makes me feel a certain way. So maybe for now, if you can find a different way of wording it, or letting me know about this or something like that, and they're going to be really respectful of that, and they're going to be just as communicative back to you. I mean, I know we're talking about like a future spouse reading, right? But this person is going to instantly want to marry you. I feel like they, like I said, they're just going to know, okay? With this 4 of Wands, this is like a marriage card. They're just going to know, okay? They're going to be very, very passionate about you. And I feel like they're more likely to be higher scale in regards to career. So whether it's like a corporate ladder that they've climbed pretty high, or they have their own business or something on the side, or it's both, I feel like they're going to encourage you guys, not in a pushy way, but they're going to motivate you and encourage you in a career driven way. Okay. Like they're going to, yes. And that's going to be very healing for you too, to have that kind of support. I feel like the connection is going to feel very soulful, and you guys are going to be really grateful for each other and it. Okay, so let's get into the other portion of your reading. Give me 1 second to just clear the cards. Hey guys, so sorry for this middle transition at the same time as change of scenery and background noise. Everything is sort of happening all at once, but I had to move locations while I was in the middle of filming. And it started thunderstorming outside, which, to be honest, I love the sound of a good old thunderstorm, so that's nice. But there's also the hum of somebody using the shower in the background. It's a very noisy apartment, so I'm sorry about all the extra noise, you guys. But I feel like with all of this excitement and last minute stuff, I think that this is actually probably part of your reading. I even had to take a little bit of a break. So I feel like you guys, you and your person are really going to be going on a lot of adventures and tackling like really big things together. And I feel like you guys are really going to go through a lot together, and even the hard times may seem stressful, but you guys are so stable and sturdy. And you guys, as in like you as a unit, that it just works. Like you can overcome anything with each other, and I feel like you guys have some really big stuff planned for the two of you. Like the universe has some big stuff planned for the two of you, and there may be a couple of moments where it may feel like, oh my goodness, things are going wrong, but you guys are going to overcome, and it's going to be more exciting than you had ever anticipated it to be. Okay? All right, now let's get into the other portion of our reading. I'll set these here, I guess. Oh, no, these are the ones I need. Okay. These are the ones that are being set down. Okay. So next we're going to be looking, into a little bit of information about your person. So it could be about their past, or it could be about what they're currently going through. It's just a little touch of information, you see. And we're also going to be looking at how your person sees you, as well as one card message of like what is the biggest message they really want you to come out of this reading with. And I may need to drink water a few times. Just a heads up. Okay, so these are Thai cards, and I do not know their names, so because it's all in Thai. Some of these came out in the last group. So because of that, I'm just going off the pictures, you know, which is what I normally do anyway. Oh, I just love a good thunderstorm, you guys. I don't know what it is, but for me, oh, by the way, that was a firefly, a snail, the praying mantis, and oh, this is the same. You got a gun. You got a gun. Okay. That sounds so weird. That was very weird. I couldn't control my mouth there for a moment. You got a gun. Okay. Maybe some of you have a gun. I don't know. Or like a BB gun, or you're going paint. Ooh, that thunder is so good. Oh my goodness. Yes, but this is actually, you got a couple of similar cards to the last group. So the message here is associated with Archangel Raphael, but this is what your person really wants you to know. You are worthy. Look at that. How sweet is that? What I wanted to tell you guys, what I was saying was, I don't know, let me know in the comments, guys, are any of you also like really like ecstatic when it comes to like thunderstorms? Because the amount of joy and excitement that I feel whenever there's a thunderstorm and I hear like loud thunder and stuff, like, I don't know why I find it so exciting. I'm not one of those people that likes to be afraid, you know, like some people like going on roller coasters and stuff, and because they like their adrenaline spike. I'm not one of those, you know. But there's something, and I know that lightning and thunderstorms can actually be really scary depending on which part of the world that you live in. Still, there is something about it that, like, I feel alive, you know. Okay, back to your person. Maybe the reason I'm sharing this is because your person could be a thrill seeker, you know, like maybe they could also, maybe that's the way they balance their work stuff before, like their work-life balance before was, it's like work hard, play hard, you know. They would go and do like thrill-seeking things and adventure to kind of make up for putting in so much energy, you know. It's like they're getting all of their adrenaline out at once, you know what I mean? I feel like they like to live an exciting life. Okay, let's see what I will see. I do feel like your person has been in a serious relationship before, and they really thought at that time that who they were with was the person they would end up marrying, just because, you know, they enjoyed the person, they liked the person, but they ended up breaking up because of the work-life balance issue and different priorities and directions in life, you know. Feels like they were together because they really liked each other, but the person they were with couldn't handle, I don't know, just they couldn't handle your person or like your person's way of being, you know. They wanted more like, you should be glued to me at the hip, and your person is just not like, I mean, don't get me wrong, they want to spend all this time with you, but everyone needs alone time, you know. But I think it's even beyond that. I don't know, I just feel like they were like a life lesson for each other, or like meant to set the course, change the course to the way it's supposed to be for each other in their life, you know. So they do have fond memories of this person. I wouldn't be worried about them getting in the way of your relationship, though. They're not gonna be like thinking about the other person, wishing for them while being with you. Not at all. But I think it made your person really like question their the way that they live their life and their priorities, and where can they compromise and where can they not. Essentially, your person's past person prepared your person to be more receptive and open to you, right? For you. I also feel like your person, if they don't do it, they could, oh my goodness, I'm sorry you guys, this is my version of ASMR, like right now. I'm like blissing out here. But I do feel like your person is very generous, and I feel like your person, you know, even though they're really talkative and there's a lot of Mercury energy, there's also like a slightly masculine, there's a more masculine tone to your person, regardless of their gender. I just feel like they're more strong, you know, they're more like their solar plexus is strong, which works with the whole like law of attraction thing, right? Where they're manifesting and all of this stuff. So that makes sense, but they've got a very strong sense of worth. I think they understand like their value, and their worth. And yeah, like they understand what they're, well, I'm gonna repeat myself a third time apparently, but they understand what they're worth, you know, and they're very, like a very strong internally individual, which could mean that they also have a strong core, like muscularly, but it's not necessary. Though I do find that it is kind of correlated, right? Because people with that kind of strong energy can be people who also enjoy working out. So this person does have a little bit of a, like a, I don't want to say rough in a, it's not rough in a bad way, but they do have a little bit of a rough-ish energy, like with the whole play hard kind of thing, you know? So they enjoy like that thrill. They enjoy, maybe they like camping or like dirt biking or like adventure, you know? Let's see what else I'm getting here. I feel like your person, again, regardless of the gender, has a soft spot for children and people in need and suffering in general. Yeah, I feel it almost seems like your person, if they haven't done it, maybe they want to do like volunteer work. I heard study abroad, so maybe some of them even studied abroad so that they can do some volunteer work in other countries. You know, I feel like I've talked about this kind of a person in a previous reading before, where it almost seems like, for example, if your person was a doctor or something, maybe they've done or wanted to at some point in their life to do Doctors Without Borders, right? I don't know if that's an international thing or not, but it's essentially, for those of you who don't know, it's basically like doctors going to impoverished countries or areas of the world, and or areas where a lot of people need medical attention, and they have the same thing for like dentists and stuff too, and they help the people who need medical attention or dental assistance that can't afford it. So it's that kind of volunteer thing. So it almost feels like they have this want. So it's, I think because it's a general reading, it's unclear for me if they've actually done it or not. But your person is like, there's an energy or essence of that to your person. And again, remember I mentioned like your person has a higher position, like they either climb the corporate ladder or they're their own boss. Because it seems like people come to your person, and I feel like your person has actually hasn't shied away from going to mentors, you know? So they didn't try to learn everything on their own. They could have gone to like we mentioned the law of attraction and The Secret, right? So they could have gone to a Tony Robbins seminar, or they could have gone to like some kind of a convention for spiritual work, or for whatever their field is, like whatever it is that they want to learn. They don't shy away from going and learning it from somebody, getting a master to teach them, or like a guru. Yeah, they have a sense, they have a bit of like a warrior energy, a little bit, like a hint of that to them too. So it almost feels like people, when they see your person, like people who are in need assistance, need help, when they see your person, they feel like they can ask your person for help. They feel like your person has this vibe of like a pillar of stability and security. So like if your person really needed, like for example here, right, like these women are crying and this woman is reaching out, and this guy is like standing here strong, his back facing them, yes, but it, to me, the way I'm seeing it right now is this person is defending them. He's standing between them and whoever is yelling at them or abusing them that got them to the floor to cry, you know? And this person, like these people are all dressed completely differently. Like this guy is sick. You see he's got like bumps and red notches, and there are these kids. And this guy, based on his shirt, is a little bit more like dressed as if he's like a corporate man or something, you know, coming to like the rescue. So he's not a part of their world, but he has come. Like people see him and they're like, we can ask him for help. So I'm getting that kind of vibe from your person too. Your person is very strong. I feel like I can get something else with this card, so give me one moment. Yeah, with the whole learning thing, right, and like going to gurus or teachers or whatnot, I feel like your student, your person is like, the student has become the master. That's who they are, you know. They're a master because they were a student, kind of a dealio. And I feel like their father figure was also like strong in a sense, like very stable. That's what it is. It's not that they were strong, they were very secure, like a very much material needs were met and provided for, which is why like your person, remember I was saying I feel like you guys went through, like both of you guys went through your own like turmoils and emotional stuff and trauma. But I feel like you had a little rougher, like your person had easier parts of their life. And I feel like that comes from the sense that their material needs were met. But emotionally, they, you know, even emotionally, like their mother was caring, but there was still something a little lacking, or like their feelings, if they were down or something, got brushed off a little more, you know? So there were other things that they had to overcome. But I feel like that's a little opposite to you guys. It's like opposite but the same in the core, you know? Okay, now let's see how they view you. So, I feel like it's interesting that you guys have the snail, the firefly, and this praying mantis, right? I feel like your person, definitely they see you as this light, right? I feel like they know that there's something so special about you. And I feel like your person, based off of their experiences in life and what they do for a living, they can see potential in people. And I feel like your person sees your potential, you know? So I think that's also why they're telling you you're worthy. Because I feel like they really see like people's true potential and value. Not just people, but like they're really good at predicting like the stock market and all of this other stuff. It's almost like a special skill for them, right? Like they're just always good at kind of knowing. It's like a sixth sense. They're good at knowing what comes next. So they can also see the potential of things, people, and all this stuff. And I feel like they see you and they can just remember I told you there was this instant recognition, but there's also this like instant, like this person is light, you know? Like I feel like your spouse is gonna look at you and be like, wow, that person is a light, and they are one of the brightest lights this world has ever seen, or that I have ever encountered in my life so far, you know? Like I feel like, and probably will encounter in this life in general, you know? I feel like your person knows the moment they lay eyes on you. And I think that they feel that you have a star quality. And I also feel like they think of you as a leader. I think they think of you as maybe initially like a quiet leader, initially, okay? Because I feel like they can tell that people turn to you for advice, because with this praying mantis, like I'm seeing that they see you as somebody who's extremely wise, and though you may not look like, though you may look like sophisticated or more classy, or your words are more refined. It doesn't mean that you don't know how to hurt somebody. It's just you refrain from acting out in those ways. You try to stay on top of it. You know, you try to act from a place of kindness, or at least trying to prevent yourself from acting from a place of malice or anger or hurt. And they see that too. They also feel like you have a very healing presence. Like being around you is so special. They think of you as super intuitive and very wise. And I feel like on some level, they also think of you as like a traveling spirit. Like, I think they look at you and they sense, like, from this person, from you, that it's like where you can live, you can make a home out of anywhere. You know, some people are really attached to their home, but maybe based off of your experiences or what you've encountered in life, it's like they can feel like this person makes a home anywhere. You know, like they say, your home is where your heart is. Well, they feel that with you. They feel like when they see you that you are working towards or striving towards living your most authentic truth, and like living your life in the most authentic way possible. I also think that they feel a spiritual, like, I think the light that they sense around you also makes them think of like a spiritual light. Because I do also see over here religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So I think that's something that you guys have in common, is that spirituality, right? Like what I was mentioning, like they're really into the law of attraction and stuff like that. And so they've dabbled in other spiritual things too. And I feel like you guys are more of like a mystical, you know, there seems to be more of a connection to source energy. Like I feel like you guys could pray or, you know, speak with your guides or God or higher selves, you know, and your person senses that. They sense that the light around you is a divine light. It's not just the radiance of your soul, which it is, but it's the radiance of your soul because you are so connected to source, you know. So they think of you as someone who is connected to heaven, right? And it makes them want to not take their eyes off of you, you know? Let's see. I feel like you guys are going to be talking a lot. Like, I know this person is super talkative, but don't worry. Like, you're going to be able to talk too, you know? At first, maybe they may just be so excited to share their, like, this kind of stuff in common with somebody. So they may talk a lot, but then they'll realize, they're like, oh my goodness, did I cut you off? I'm so sorry, you know? Like, please go on. I'll finish. I'll put a pin mark in what I wanted to say. You know, like, they are mindful of that. It's just at first, initially, they may be super excited. And like, even here, you have vulture on the bottom. You see, this person is swooping in. It's like a vulture is a predator, right? They circle around to see, like, I mean, don't quote me on this, but, you know, they circle around, and they're like, oh, is that thing dead? And then they, like, go in, you know, and eat and all of this stuff. So I feel like, yes. I mean, actually, does that mean a vulture is a predator? Isn't there a different term for it? There's like a different term, isn't it? Like for animals that eat dead things. I mean, technically, if they're eating another animal, I suppose it dies in the process, but there's a term. Isn't there a term for animals that eat carcasses specifically, like that look for things all... Okay, anyway. Irrelevant. I also feel like your person feels like you have such a pure, like they can sense that you are somebody who has healed themselves. You're somebody that has transmuted their life, that has opened their heart, or that continues to work on again, living your most authentic self, being true to yourself, and living with an open heart and an open mind, you know, and expressing yourself, even if it's gentle, even if it takes some time. Like, I think that they see you, and they're like, people may think that group number 3 is slow, but group number 3 is not slow. They're consistent, and that's what makes the difference, you know. So like, even if you have times when you mess up and you may judge yourself and you're like, oh, I need to get back on track, it's like your person has no doubts in you because they know you're gonna get back on track. They're not even worried or concerned, you know? And look at all of these colors, right? You've got like these beautiful greens and blues and purples and some orange and yellow, right? This kind of makes me think of all of the chakras, and you've got a little bit of a rainbow effect here, and you've got those blues and greens too, and the purple. So I feel like you guys may stimulate each other's kundalini energies, and again, like, you become even more evolved just for knowing each other, you know? It's like knowing each other is the next step of your life's journey. And it leads to all this other stuff. Wow, and after I said that, I just felt like everything was cleared from my mind, like all burdens, all concerns, like I just felt lighter and all of this stuff. So I feel like, yeah, that must be the note to end this part on, because it's so, like, true. Okay. And with the you are worthy, it's like you're worthy of more than what you think you deserve. I feel like your person is telling you that. They're like, yes, your self-worth has improved, but you deserve so much more than what you think you do and what you're allowed. And I heard, I will make sure that you see that. I'm going to show that to you, you know? So that's sweet. And I feel like I should show you guys this too. On the bottom of the deck, it says, you are beautiful. You see, oh, yes, this reminds me of another thing I wanted to point out with all the colors, right? With all of the colors, and remember I mentioned the Kundalini stuff with the rainbow, but with all of the colors, I was drawn to the colors in your thing, which is a visual experience, right? So I was going to say, but I forgot to say because my mind was cleared. I was going to say that I feel like your person is going to be very attracted to you in multiple ways, and they're going to find you visually stunning as well. So for those of you who have insecurities about how you look, it's like they're right here, like, you are beautiful and you are worthy, you know, like you've got nothing to be insecure about. Because they see your light, and like your beauty is just a bonus. You know what I mean? So it's not like they were looking for your body from the beginning. They were looking for your light. And in addition to that beautiful light of yours, they also, you know, just so happen to have a beautiful face to look at and all this other stuff that they find beautiful about you. You know what I mean? Okay. These are final messages. So we've got, consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Ooh la la. Very soon, this is the one I mentioned, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. That you have options is meaningful. Rock on. If I could make just 2 wishes, I'd wish I could somehow convey to you the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life. I'd also wish that you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just as you now are, to the lives of so very many. And of course, I'd wish for even more wishes. Oh shoot, you were such a good idea, the universe. And you were born, oh my goodness, what did we just talk about? You were born with the it quality, with that it quality. Do you want to know what's really beautiful? Confidence. Do you want to know what's really powerful? Persistence. Do you want to know what's really sexy? Please, I know about sexy. Not needing to be needed. Oh, I just got chills. And if still they don't notice your good looks, your strength, and your sachet, could you feel more sorry for them? Tally ho, the universe. This is exactly what I was talking about, right? Oh, I'm getting so many chills. And this is what I was mentioning, right? Apart from the very soon, you know, that we talked about in the earlier parts of the reading. Oh, actually, we also, sorry. We have the earth, the end of spring, and the 4th house. Okay. But yes, this is what I was mentioning, right, earlier. with the whole like it factor, right? Your person kind of just knows. They just know that like there's something special about you, that your potential is incredible, right? Like they spot that, they know, because they've got a good judge of that kind of thing. And yeah, like here, I wish that you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just as you now are to the lives of so very many. And just like they told you, right, you are worthy. It's like, though you guys have done a lot of healing and you're continuing to open your heart and to open yourself to love and to miracles and blessings and to live a life of alignment, you know, and fulfillment and joy and gratitude, there's still some stuff to work out, right? And it's like your person is just reminding you, like, hey, I want you to know, like, you really are worthy. You really are so special, so unique, so incredible. And look, this is exactly what I was saying, right? With the I literally mentioned persistence, right? They're like, they know you're persistent, and that's why they don't have any doubts. They don't have any fears or insecurities, because they know that, like, or they don't have any doubts in you, because they know of your persistence. Even if you make a mistake in something, they're like, and you could be the one worrying, like, oh, I did it again. They'll be like, babe, I'm not even worried, you know, like, you always try to get back on the horse every time you fall. So it's okay. You're going to get back on the horse. If you need a break for a couple more weeks, that's okay too. Like, I'm here for you. Like, there's no judgment there. There's just support, because they know you. They know who you are, you know, and they remind you of your best qualities. They remind you why you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. And that's why they're saying, like, you're worthy, right? And all of this stuff, and the stuff about your beauty and whatnot, and them being attracted to you. It's because they're like, remember how I mentioned, it's like they're looking for that light, right? And anything else is a bonus. And they really feel like you're full of bonuses in addition to that light. They want you to be more confident, you know, and they're reminding you that to them you are sexy. And it's not a coincidence that I mentioned It's not a coincidence that I mentioned the Kundalini energy, right? Because Kundalini energy, when it starts out, especially because it is our life force vitality, it starts at the base and it goes up. So since it starts at the base, at the root chakra, you feel, some people say it starts from the sacral, but you know, it's debatable, whatever. But technically it would make sense for it to start at the root. But you feel that stimulation in your root chakra, because that's where it in part rules those sexual organs and primal energy, and then it goes to the sacral chakra, which is more pleasure and other, like, female sexual organs. So it's all in that general area, you know what I mean? So the chemistry part, it's like, you guys are good, you know? Consider your foundation. This is really just talking about how far you've come. And again, I'm being drawn to these colors, right? To your heart and the third eye and crown chakra. So I feel like and there's a little bit of yellow, so the solar plexus. I feel like you guys are being guided to continue to have faith and trust that this person is coming. And just keep coming from a place of gratitude and love, and see if there's anything that you feel, what's the word? Ashamed of. Any parts of you that you guys may feel ashamed of, or that you may still have some sadness over, and try to release those things. Release the shame, release the grief, and really realize that you are a powerful creator, and you can create the union and connection that you so desperately are seeking, right? Not so, that sounds so bad. So desperately are seeking. Not so desperately are seeking, but just know that it's in the works, okay? And let me see what I'm getting with these cards too. And this is still like talking about healing your fundamental stuff, because 4 is the home. The 4th house is the home. And consider your foundation. So I feel like you guys are still healing some trauma related to family, and stuff like that, which is affecting your the types of people that you're romantically bringing in. But again, this stuff is just naturally happening. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's kind of falling away on its own as you progress with your life. You're doing the steps just by continuing to get back on the horse, okay? I also feel like you guys are going to be enjoying the fruits of your labor soon. That's another thing that it feels like. And color. I'm being drawn to color again. So I feel like there's an emphasis on maybe you guys going out into nature too and enjoying some walks in the park, grounding a little bit if you ever start to feel insecure or like antsy. And if in regards to the color, maybe you guys should wear colors more, do some chakra healing, do some chakra work. You know what? I was shuffling and I think one of the cards that peeked through from these cards was like chakra clearing or something. So maybe there is some emphasis there of like, maybe you can do some grounding, clear out some of the stuff from your chakras. And you know what? When I took a break, I was watching Avatar, The Last Airbender, and it was the episode where they were clearing the chakras. So I don't think that's a coincidence, because usually whatever happens in my life right before a reading tends to be a part of the reading. Or like it hints towards the reading, you know? So interesting. I think they're asking you to kind of like revisit your chakras and clear them up a little. Okay. All right, you guys, that was your reading. I'm going to read your letter one more time to you. Okay. And I hope you guys enjoyed too. I am not entirely sure how long the reading ended up being, just because it ended up being a little broken up here and I took a break in between. But hopefully it was long enough. Okay, let's get into your letter again. My dearest beloved, I know it's been a while since I last reached out to you. I get you may have felt like we have had some radio silence, but honestly, I've just had a lot going on. These last few months have been like revisiting my own personal hell. I don't mean to frighten you. Everything is okay now. I've gone through, I've overcome, but now I just really miss you. I still have a lot going on. Work keeps me busier than ever, but it feels like I say that all the time. Don't worry though, I won't let lack of work-life balance ruin another relationship for me, especially the most important one. I've been wanting to write to you, but for some time I just couldn't pick up the pen. Though now I'm trying to get back into it. Actually, not trying, doing. There's so many things I want to tell you at the end of the day. There's so many things I want to tell you. At the end of my day, I wish I could come home to you. I want to talk to you about my day and mundane things and just keep talking with you in general. I want you to be a part of my everyday life already. I want you around when I get ready in the morning, when I unwind at night, and when I experience something new. I want you involved in some way, shape, or form. I'm making space for you in my life, and by the time you come around, there will be a welcome mat waiting for you at the door. I don't think I've ever really had or made the time for love before you. In many ways, you get to be my first, and I know I am the same for you. You'll be my first, especially in the emotional department. It feels like I've waited a lifetime for you, but I can wait a few more months, too. I kind of get the feeling that you'll be coming soon. I'm always going to be yours. Blank. All right, you guys, that was your reading group 3. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. I'd also love to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about thunderstorms or what it is that excites you like to that level, you know what I mean? And you know what's interesting? When I was mentioning the thunderstorms, I was going to tell you a story, but I was like, let me not. But I think I will share it because we ended up having like talk about, you know, sexual chemistry and tension and kundalini and ecstatic, because kundalini, it's like, you know, it can also bring you into a state of ecstatic bliss because it's like that true connection with source, with alignment with all of your chakras, right? So there was this guy that I had spoken to before many years ago now, And he was actually, funnily, and oh my goodness, I just realized he also was doing like Kundalini stuff too, at the time. And there was a thunderstorm when I was talking to him at a store that I used to work at. You guys, I told him when we were talking, because I got so excited by the thunder, I was like, oh my goodness, I just love thunder. Like, it's so exciting to me, and like lightning and stuff like that. He's like, really? And he's like, is it like, and he said something weird, okay? He was like, is it orgasmic for you? I was like, it made me very uncomfortable because that wasn't something that I talked about, especially at that point in my life. I wasn't really comfortable talking about that kind of stuff. But the fact that, you know, the thunder stuff was happening during your reading and we were talking about, you know, I think that with the chemistry and all this other stuff that came out, you know, you could be having some very cosmic interactions with your person, you know, some very, very out of body experiences in the joy department or something along those lines. But yes, also, by the way, you guys, if you are interested in more readings like this, I'm going to try to have like a little mini series. But if you would also like to get a private personal reading, or a custom crystal bracelet or affirmation song, you can reach out to me through the contact information in the description box below, through my email, or through the contacts page on my website. And yeah, and also please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to support the channel, or to stay up to date when I post new stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. You have a lot to look forward to. And I'm sending you guys lots of love, lots of light. Okay? All right, group 3. I hope you have a great, wonderful day. Enjoy. Bye, guys. Hey, group 4. Welcome to your reading. This is your group if you chose the blue seal. All right, you guys, I know the song since I've done the other 3 groups, so I know the song that you guys got. And let me just say, this song has been in my head for a while now, since channeling it through. So your song was the strongest, so I feel like you guys may have some of the more intense feeling messages. And also, let me ring the singing bowl for you guys. Okay. You guys have a lot of bottom deck energy that's coming through, like, to show you. So we've got the 8 of Wands, right? We have the High Priestess. We have the Strength card. We have Alligator. We've got this one. I mean, I hope I don't get like flagged for that, actually. Then you have Be Authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. Oh, with I love you underneath. So cute. Then we have Romantic Feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Things are about to get really juicy, okay? A little heads up on the addiction that afflicts all really old souls. Giving love eventually becomes an even greater need than receiving love. See, you're not strange, love the universe. And then we have the End of Spring. And we also have the Queen of Wands. Ooh, underneath it is the Four of Wands. And then we have the Hanged Man, okay? And we also have Create, Dance, and Play. You are the only group that I have done this for. I haven't even gotten into your letter yet. I also finished shuffling your cards, so I'm just going to move them to the table now. Yeah, I know it's a mess, okay? It's because it's in 3 sections, so I need to be able to separate them for when I reveal them to you. I'm going to read your letter, you guys. Because I may get some information while I'm reading it, I just wanted to let you know that I will read it again without interruption at the end of the reading too. Okay, so if some of you are like, oh, Milka, you keep cutting it off, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I'm getting information, so it may be cut off a little bit, cut apart in the first time I read it, but at the end of the reading, I will read it fully without the interruption, okay? I'm also going to prepare my phone because we're going to be looking up the lyrics to the song so that I can read it to you. And the special letter, the special message for your letter. Oh, I I have it based on the beginnings of the letter since I randomized everything. You guys, your letter. Oh, I'm tearing up actually. I'm tearing up now when I'm thinking about it. Your letter is the best, okay? I mean, you and another group had really good letters, and your letter, there's this song by Philip Phillips. It's called Unpack Your Heart. And you know what? I'm going to read some lyrics from that song too, because that was my note for you guys, is the fact that that song kept playing in my head when your letter was coming through. And it is such a beautiful song, you guys, okay? Unpack Your Heart. Yeah, it is a beautiful song. I'm going to read, you know what? You guys are unprecedented. You are the group that breaks borders, okay? Everything is different for you. The fact that I showed you all the backs of the cards before I even read your letter, the fact that you have extra cards, you actually, guys, you have a bunch of extra cards. You have a lot of cards that indicate passion and like love and strong romantic feelings. The fact that one of my favorite songs was playing in my head when your letter was being channeled. So I'm going to read you 2 song lyrics. I hope you guys don't mind. If this is your group, maybe you enjoy the extra additional message through music. So, okay. First, let's get into your letter. Finally, right? Okay. Let's see. Love of my life. My most magnificent and brilliant flame. My sacred light of God, my personal divine angel and love. How are you? How have you been? Have you been eating? Have you been eating well? And also when I wrote that, it actually made me think of some of like the shows that I've watched from like Eastern Asia and stuff where like when they eat, they say they're gonna eat well or they're gonna enjoy their meal, and you know, there are like questions of like, have you eaten yet? Or like food seems to be, especially in the Korean shows that I've watched, at least like the Korean dramas, big emphasis. And that's what it was making me think of when that came through. So maybe it's like also a cultural thing for them too. Ooh, and I just saw a star. Wow. I feel like you guys are, your union, not only is your union super protected, but I feel like you guys are super protected by your guides and by your person energetically. Okay. My love, not a day goes by that I don't end up thinking of you. You take up my mornings, nights, and free times. Instead of counting sheep, I wonder if you have freckles for me to count, or dimples on your cheeks. I know you think I'm constantly teasing you, but I wish you could accept that I just genuinely love you, unconditionally at that. I really do think your faults and insecurities are something for me to cherish. It may seem like I exaggerate, but the depth of my love and feelings for you seem bottomless and eternal. Is it normal to love someone like this? Is it healthy even? I'm sure it probably is, right? I wouldn't change it anyway. Sometimes it feels like I live for your smile. Like if you just smile, I know my day will be great. Your love makes me feel like I could climb mountains and charge at lions. I've never been so confident about anything like I am about you being just the perfect fit for me. And I will spend my whole life constantly proving that I am just the perfect fit for you too. I feel like you've been living with a disguise all your life, that you somehow convinced yourself that you are smaller than you truly are. Also, I just wanted to comment on this, you guys. The chameleon card came out for you guys. It flipped over. I put it back in the deck. So I don't know if it actually came out because I reshuffled, so it could have come out again. If it did, that would be like, whoa, you know. But it did come out, and I put it away because I was like, there's no way that this card is coming out 3 times in a row. So I was like, maybe this is the energy from the last group. So yes, so living with disguises, it's interesting because the chameleon came out earlier. My greatest wish is for you to realize just how special you are, and for you to see yourself through my eyes. I know you're growing, but you are greater still than what you'll ever know. A butterfly doesn't see its wings, so I suppose your beauty may forever be greater in the eyes of the beholder. But it's okay. I'll be your mirror, and I'll make sure I remind you every day you are one of the greatest gifts, joys, and honors in my life. I want to have a family with you. I love you forever and always. Your person. You guys, so many chills. Oh, I have so many chills. Oh my goodness. Your person is so adamant about delivering their message. And I just want to say, like, I'm going to read the lyrics to you guys for the songs, okay? But yeah, this, the feelings are intense and very old and ancient. Was it this letter where they said, I feel like I have no choice? Oh, I feel like must have been another letter, but this was intense, okay? And it was so beautiful. And I remember when I was writing your letter, the whole time I kept thinking, wow, this is so sweet. This is so sweet. It's like a pure love, the joy and the love radiating out of this. And the whole time when I was writing this letter, I kept seeing your person. Like I wrote, it's here at the end, right? I want to have a family with you. But I kept getting the sensation like your person wants to have children with you. Like they just, I don't know if you guys are up for having kids or not. Maybe you'll adopt fur babies, you know, but your person just really, like, they really, really, really want to just have a family with you. Like to an extension of you in their lives that all comes from you, you know, like they're so sweet. But your song is To the Moon and Back by Chris Mann. Let me pull up the lyrics 1 second. Okay, that's not the lyrics. 1 second. Okay, here it is. All right. I would recommend listening to the song too, because like the melody is like super sweet and with the words too. Okay. I love you to the moon and back, where the oxygen is thin, till I feel my lungs begin to collapse. Your love is brighter than the sun. I swear I'll never look away. There's no price I wouldn't pay to be the one who gets to run to the moon and back, to the moon and back for you. I promise satellites falling and gravity pulling won't change my mind. I promise meteors crashing into the darkness I will go to the moon and back, to the moon and back for you. I hide the earth behind my thoughts until it all just disappears. Everything that I hold dear turns to dust, and suddenly I saw the truth, how small my body is and how big my heart can get when I have you. To the moon and back, to the moon and back for you. I promise satellites falling and gravity pulling won't change my mind. I promise meteors crashing into the darkness I will go. I promise satellites falling and gravity pulling, I won't change my mind. I promise meteors crashing into the darkness I will go. To the moon and back, to the moon and back for you. And then he says that one more time. So this is such a sweet song, and like the melody for like the acoustic version is so sweet too. Okay, I love this song. The fact that you guys got this song makes sense, and as I was reading it I got more chills, and I just felt so much love all around me. Like the depth of your person's feelings for you is like unmatched. I mean, I think it is like as much as someone can love, this person loves you, and it is unconditional. And I feel like being in their presence or just being around them or anywhere close into the vicinity or near them, you will feel their love cloaking you, because their energy, their guides, their energy protects you. Okay, they're literally around you. I feel like you guys are connected from many lives, from many past lives, okay? And there's like this eternal, I'm seeing like this eternal flower that just webs and connects you guys infinitely, and you are at the center of it all, you know, the two of you. It's so sweet. Okay, now I'm gonna read you the lyrics from, again, you're the only group that has 2 songs. This one is not official, but I just love the song so much, and I think it will even explain just how unconditionally this person loves you, right? How unconditional it is. So the song is called Unpack Your Heart by Philip Phillips. Meet me where the sunlight ends. Meet me where the truth never bends. Bring all that you're scared to defend and lay it down when you walk through my door. Throw all of it out on the floor. Your sorrow, your beauty, your war. I want it all. I want it all. Bring your secrets, bring your scars, bring your glory, all you are. Bring your daylight, bring your dark. Share your silence and unpack your heart. Show me something the rest never see. Give me all that you hope to receive. Your deepest regret dies with me. The days when you stumble and fall, the days when you grind to a crawl, the treasure that hides behind your walls, I want it all. Bring your secrets, bring your scars, bring your glory, all you are. Bring your daylight, bring your dark, share your silence and unpack your heart. Oh, I'm on your side, so shed your shadow and watch it rise. Oh, I'm on your side, so shed your shadow and watch it rise. Into your darkness, I'll shine a light. And then it repeats again with the chorus with bring your secrets, bring your scars, bring your glory, all you are. Bring your daylight, bring your dark, share your silence. Bring your honor, bring your shame, all your madness I will tame. Won't you lay down your guard, share your silence and unpack your heart. Oh, I got so many chills when I was reading that too. Like, full of chills. Full of chills for the love. It's just so incredibly sweet. And like I said, I will read your letter again. Okay, I will read it again. So don't worry that it was interrupted. You can just, for those of you who really want to hear it again, watch it listen to it at the end. Wait till the end of the reading, then listen to that and rewind that, as opposed to rewinding the part where I added up stuff in between. Okay, now let's take a look at just general messages from your person / messages about the relationship, what comes through in that regard. Okay, so we've got the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, and I've got that song stuck in my head again, the To the Moon and Back. It's literally just playing in my head. The King of Cups, which is your song, right? The Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. The 2 of Cups. The 6 of Wands. You know what's so funny, you guys? A lot of cards, there are some cards that keep falling out for almost all of the groups, and it's I'm really shuffling, and they actually just fly out. Or I pick them at random after shuffling, and they're still the same, which is funny. Then we have Justice. I love you to the moon and back. The King of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Hierophant. Page of Cups. Oh, pardon me. The 9 of Wands. Justice again. Isn't that a beautiful Justice card? Oh, and you know what? Isn't this in Cambodia, which is in Asia? Is it not? So we were just talking about Eastern or Asian cultures that are more to the east, I suppose. So, yes. Sorry guys, I'm just reorganizing here to make sure there's room for everything. Yes, there's the Justice, and then we also have the 7 of Swords. Ooh, this came out in this deck, but I put it away because I was like, no, but it came out again, so I guess it was we're gonna have it here. Wow, that's so interesting. It's interesting because for your group, there are a couple of cards that came out that I actually was no, and I put them away. And in some way, shape, or form, they did come out, and I'm really curious to see if you guys ended up getting the Chameleon or not. Anyway, if it ended up coming through again. Also, let me organize this because I know it's kind of messy. Okay. So let's see what I'm getting here. Alrighty, alrighty. I feel like your person is very emotionally like they're giving me this King of Cups vibes. So like emotionally they're extremely intelligent, which is why they feel so deeply and intently. I feel like their feelings are so pure. Like there's nothing that you can say, or like it's just so unconditional, you know? There's nothing that you can say or do to make this person feel any less for you. And it's not obsessive either. I just want to point that out. Like it's not a possessive kind of love. It's not an obsessive kind of love. It's within healthy limits. It's just a deep admiration and unconditional love. Like it's the kind of love that's so pure and such a true form of it that even if your person didn't end up with you, yes, they would be sad, but they would still do things for you because they love you. They do things for you not because you're in a relationship with them and they love you, but just because they love you. I mean, they are your future spouse, so, you know, they do end up with you. But, yeah, that's just the extent of their love, you know. They see you in such a high light. And I feel like they never want to take away from your independence. I feel like you guys are growing your independence more and more, and like you're shining and being more confident in that, and they love that for you, and they would never want to get in the way of that. So they're there just like, that's why I'm saying it's so healthy, you know. They're not there saying I'm gonna do everything for you, though they would, you know, without a doubt, but they don't want to take away from your power. So they're there like, you take the steps you want, but my hands are right behind your back to catch you if you trip or fall. So you will never really fall because I'm here, you know. I will support you. Like you can support yourself. You know how you can move your feet to walk. I'm not going to move your feet to walk because I don't want to disempower you. But I'm right behind you to make sure that if you do fall, you don't actually fall. Like I got you, you know. It's like that kind of support where it's not stifling, it's not limiting. It's just support and love. And oh, we spoke about family. Look, this is a happy family card. So like this person wants to have a family with you. Like I feel like they want you guys to have the family together. Let's see what else I'm getting here. I feel like when you guys come together too, like you guys are going to experience a lot of luck. Like you're going to be lucky because you guys are together. Like because it's a divine union, and it definitely is a divine union. You guys got justice twice, okay? I feel like you guys are a good balance, a good match for each other. It feels very much like counterpart energy. And I feel like you guys spent a few lifetimes apart. So in this lifetime, it's like you guys don't have time for the arguments or whatever. It's just about the love. It's like literally like, oh, I'm coming back to you. You know, that's nice. That's refreshing. I also feel like there is a lot of emotional passion between you guys. Like it's not just physical and chemistry, though you have a lot of that too. I feel like there's a lot of emotional passion for each other. It almost feels like your person wants to like they really want to show up for you. Oh, because look, you have the page of cups, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups, and the King of Wands, you know, a lot of more masculine energies. So, and with the Hierophant again, it's like that divine union, right? So I feel like your person, they want to, again, emotionally, they want to support you, and they want to just all the stuff. But I also kind of feel as though like that's what I'm saying, because I'm seeing you guys maybe having a little bit of a hard time, or you guys are doing a little bit of roller coastering in regards to your emotions or how you feel. Like sometimes you'll be good, sometimes not. You're going through something to let it, like to release it, to finally release something and heal it, right? And like when you guys encounter your person, they see that, and like they're not telling you how to adjust that, how to live your life, how to fix that. They're just there, like, if you ask for guidance, they'll help you, you know? Like, it's not pushy, it's not ego-based, it's just like I love and support you. And I want to help you, but I want to help you in a way that you feel powerful in yourself, you know? Like, their biggest thing is they don't want to ever take away your power or your strength, for you to ever feel like you lose your strength because you're with them. I feel like this person, on some level, they kind of fantasize about being your knight in shining armor, you know, regardless of gender. But I feel like they kind of daydream about coming to your rescue, you know? Like, maybe that's the way you meet. Like, that's what they think about, you know? Like, oh... Because remember, they talk about daydreaming a lot, you know, and thinking about you guys a lot. So I feel like on some level, they're just like, maybe we meet because they drop this, like my person drops this, and I come and I pick it up for them, and I'm just like, be careful, you know, like, like they're super cheesy and corny like that, you know. There's like this hopeless romantic aspect, though there is also a nice balance of stable groundedness. We definitely see that there are two aspects to them because they have the King of Cups and the King of Wands, right? Fire and water are opposites. And I feel like this talks about you guys too, right? With the opposites, because you also have justice twice. That balance, the scales. Let me see if I get anything else before moving forward. And I feel like maybe when you guys encounter them, you may be a little on the defense. Like, you may be a little more protective of yourself. And I'm not saying that you're going to completely be that way. You know, like you're going to completely shut them down or anything. But it does seem as though you guys are going to be a little bit more defensive of yourself, or like, you know, you're gonna feel them out. And it's not going to last long. But I think this is part of your like whole empowerment and protecting yourself and all of this stuff. And just based off of your past experiences. So you guys are going to feel them out a little because, you know, it's suspicious to feel so strongly for someone. And I feel like you guys are definitely, I'm getting that vibe of like you feeling them out. And they're going to show you that like there's nothing to doubt or there's nothing to worry about. And it's like they see it all. They see that you're feeling them out, to testing the waters. They see that you've been hurt before. So for them, it's just like, I understand. And it's like, test me all you want, you know? I feel like it's like them saying, test me all you want. I'm safe. It's okay. You can trust me. And I'm going to prove that to you. So test me all you want. I mean, they even say that, right? Like, they talk about, because that song that was in my head, right? Unpack Your Heart. In that song, they talk about how this person, he's like, share your dark things too. Share your hardship, right? Share those things that are really hard for you, that are like your dark side, all of this stuff. Share that with me too. And I feel like that's because, remember I was mentioning, I feel like you guys could be maybe going through something when you guys meet, a little something where it's like ups and downs, and this person sees that and they're not turned off by it. Like, they see it and they're just like, I want to support you, you know. It's that unconditional. Okay, I think I've got about as much as I can here. Oh, and with this King of Wands, I feel like they will wait for you. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting from it, is like they're being patient, right? And they're like, take as much time as you need, all of this stuff. I'm gonna wait for you, you know, because you are worth everything. So I will wait for you. But like, you see how there's like some smoke? I mean, it's coming from the cigarette, but it looks like it's coming from him, like it's from his heart, you know? Like, he's sizzling and he's getting lower in his seat and he's like holding his little staff walking stick thing. I feel like your person, right? They're gonna wait respectfully. but I feel like they may be a little like turned on, you know, at some point. Don't question their feelings, by the way, right? It's not like, oh, the moment they see you, they're like, I must get in your pants or whatever. It's not like that. It's just, you know, they're attracted by you. They're attracted to you, and it's beyond physical. I mean, how deep this is just a soul connection. But, you know, they're also physically attracted to you too. And I feel like though they're being super patient with you guys, right? And it's not because they don't want the union to move forward. It's because they respect you and they love you and they know this is what you need, this kind of support. So it's like they will have all the strength that they need to be patient because that's what you need from them. So they will be it no matter what. But like inside, they're like, oh my goodness, like this like group number 4 is like sizzling my heart, like not in a painful way, but it's just like from longing and desire and kind of like, I want to hold them in my arms already, kind of a dealio, you know? So I think that's kind of cute. Yeah, like you see you have strength here. Like they've got really strong feelings for you. I mean, look at these strong animals in general, right? Like a stag and a ram. It's like, ooh, horny creatures. That's basically it, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's beyond just the sexual stuff with your person too, you know. I feel like it doesn't have to be like, even just like, I want to hold this person in my arms, or like, oh my goodness, there's more like they're not thinking, oh, group 4 is keeping me waiting, you know, because again, like I said, they get it. They don't want any pressure on you. They're not pressuring you. Their love is the kind that's unconditional, that if you said no to them, they would still want to help you and all of this stuff. Okay? But they're like, oh my goodness, contain yourself, group 4 soulmate. Like that's how they're feeling, you know. Okay. Oh my goodness, and the song is back in my head. It is just the beginning parts, right? It's like, I love you to the moon and back. Oh, I just realized this was a Queen of Wands and we had a King of Wands. You see? It's like that King of Wands is waiting for this Queen of Wands who was facing the opposite direction, because he's like, oh, this Queen of Wands is fancy. Like she's my match. We're talking genders just because of the cards, okay? But like she's my energetic match, you know. She's fiery and feisty and all the things that I like. But she's sorting out her thing and being empowered, so I'm gonna wait, you know. But underneath it is the marriage card, okay? All right, I'm excited to see what we've got next. So let's see. Next, we're going to be looking, the first 4 cards are going to be just a little bit more insight about your person. So whether it's about their past or what they're currently experiencing, it's just some insight about them. And then the 3 cards below that are going to indicate how your person sees you. And then we're going to have, actually, this is where you guys got extras. So it's only supposed to be one of these cards, okay? As like the ultimate message that your future spouse is trying to say to you, like really if you walk away from this reading with anything, this is what I want you to know. This is what this is supposed to be. But you, and every group got 1, but for you guys, the exception group got 3, okay? So, oh, this is for later, which is the direction, okay, this one. All right, so these are Thai cards, so they don't have translations. So I will not read you the names because I do not know them, but I'm just going to show you the images. Interesting. Oh my goodness, you guys, I promise I shuffle, but like some cards just come out in every group. Again, oh my goodness, the song is back again. So we've got elephant. Oh, I actually have penguin. You guys have the most unique ones. The other ones had repeat, and you guys had the chameleon at first, but remember I put that back. I was like, no, what is this person thinking about their person? Okay, panther. Okay, and then these are the angels associated with the messages that your person wants. It's Archangel Raphael with give yourself time to breathe. Archangel Camuel with take time to laugh. And Archangel Camuel again with today find joy. Interesting. These are all messages of kind of like hope and like cheer up and everything's okay. So remember I was mentioning like you guys are going through something possibly. So I feel like your person is really trying to encourage you to be like, make sure that you stay gentle with yourself. There's always a reason to laugh, and you can always find a reason to laugh or be happy about something, and yeah, that's sweet. Okay, now let's see about your person. Let me take a sip of water, you guys. Oh, oops. Okay, I'm gonna bring this card closer because I need to see something. What the heck is going on with this woman's mouth? I mean, this is based off of Thai myths. Like, you see what's going on with her mouth? But I don't know Thai myths, so it doesn't help. Like, maybe she's a creature or something. Okay. So this is making me think of how, like, your person with the King of Wands energy is, like, waiting for you to just come around. So they're like, oh, I want to hold you in the arms. And even here, this is making me think of, like, your person wanting to save you again. You know what? Your person has very pure thoughts towards you, okay? With that pure unconditional love. But this is not the first time they're bringing up the steamy side, because you guys also got Panther here, all right? So I feel like your person is, like, seriously, you know, awakened downstairs by you. Ways to avoid the word, right? Awakened downstairs by you. I feel like, because this is all like random. It's not, I set an intention for it to just be something about them or what's going on with them, but the fact that this is coming up is like, it must be very strong. They really wanted to convey, you know, that I feel like they, again, though they are pure, right, of heart and light, and so unconditionally loving, like they're kind souls, super sweet, super wise and knowledgeable. They have this side to them when it comes to their sensual. I mean, look, like literally this was, you know what I mean? And then underneath that, even here, this is a little, oh, it's the same people. It's that same woman with the weird stuff on her face. What is that? Is she like a creature or something? I don't know. But, you know what I mean? Like, they are very, their lustful side is not so pure looking, you know? I'm not saying they're like super like kinky or whatever, but I feel like there is an aspect to it that is surprising, and people would not expect them to have this kind of sexual energy. I think if they encounter them in the wild, they would not get the impression, you know, like the saying, like, lady on the streets, freak in the sheets. What is there's a male version of that too, but I don't know it. So it's like that, you know, like people would not expect your person to be into the kind of stuff that they're into. And again, it's nothing scary. It's all stuff that you would be into or wanting to try anyway too. But yes, they have very strong urges, which also makes me think that they must be very attractive to people. I feel like people consider your person very attractive because they have so much built up sexual energy around them that it acts like a little magnetic. So I feel like people are very aroused by the presence of your person. And I think it's been an issue for them before too, because it's like people are not looking for your person, their soul, their essence in a relationship. They're looking for your person's body and energy, you know, like to fulfill their needs or their urges. So, you know, I feel like your person had some issues with that too. And I think they may have been in a couple of relationships that were empty because of that. But then they were just like, I don't want this. I want something real, you know? I feel like your person also has very psychic dreams. And I feel like they get messages from their dreams and deep like spiritual insights, and they have really interesting, cool dreams. And I feel like they are even taught like lessons and stuff like that in their dreams. Like they're taken on a journey. So I feel like some people wonder like where they get this information from, and it's like they gain this knowledge and wisdom from their dreams. I feel like they're also really intuitive. Like they have a good psychic sight. Like but I was gonna say clairvoyant, but I heard in my head claircognizant, so maybe it's that too. Yeah, I feel like your person has been in a relationship with someone who was toxic before, and they just, because people just desire them. People want your person. And I feel like they had taken a break from relationships for some time because they needed to assess what it is that they really want, because there were just so many people that wanted them for their body or for that sexual energy that emits from them. And it's not like a dark sexual energy, you know, like some people you look at, you want to undress, and they're kind of dressed in like a kinky or like darkish way or something, right? So it's like alluring. But some people just look like you know, regular people, and they just have this beautiful light around them because their kind heart is like radiating through, and their beautiful soul is radiating through. And they also have this strong groundedness and security, so it makes their lower chakras more strong, and like they emit this energy, and people are just so aroused by this person. So it's not the same as like when somebody is aroused by like a dark sexual kind of energy or temptation. It's more like just the energy of this person's strength, I think, and confidence and courage, and like, and their beauty on top of that makes people aroused by them. It's like a blessing and a curse kind of a situation, because it's helped them in life, but it's also been like a thing that keeps away an authentic relationship before too, you know, because people would be fake with them and all of this stuff because they were only desiring one thing. So yes. Well, this is interesting. I feel like even your person's family emphasized the fact that your person was beautiful. I feel like your person's family was like, you're beautiful, and they made it seem like that was what's special about your person. So that was another reason why it was like a curse, right, for lack of a better term, just to mention it with the terminology, or like a debilitation, because though it gave them ups in life, it also made people only look at them on the outside, like this is all they've got for them, when really your person is super well-rounded and all this wonderful stuff, you know. And I feel like their family prioritized their looks, which made them feel even more like not seen, you know, like people were just looking at them, but they were not seeing them. And it made them feel like they weren't loved unconditionally. Like if they weren't this attractive, then their family wouldn't have loved them or cared about them this much, you know. So they went through this whole stage when they were growing up of like this insecurity about their looks, because they wondered like who would be around if they didn't have them. And again, there's so much to your person because they're so wise, they're so intelligent, and they get this sacred information, these teachings, these lessons in their sleep. And also, I feel like this is from their past lives. You know, you and your person, you guys are old souls. And remember I was mentioning that cosmic flower, and like at the center of it is you guys. I feel like you guys have had many lifetimes apart, few lifetimes together, but your souls are soul family, you know. You guys are ultimate soulmates, but you had to do some trials and stuff without each other. And I feel like a lot of their knowledge, because remember I said they were also claircognizant, it's like they're gaining that knowledge also from their past selves, right? From their guides and team and their dreams and stuff, but also, and like through guidance, through that claircognizance, but also from their past selves, from their past lives. Yes, let me see if I'm getting anything else from these cards before we move on to how they view you. Yeah, so I'm getting again that like your person is strong. Your person is strong, and that strength is what turns people on a lot too. And if they're like, I'm not saying they're like muscularly super bulky regardless of gender or whatever. I just mean like there's an inner strength to them that and this like inner calm that makes people like, whoa, you know, like it makes people want to lean on your person. So it's interesting that in the beginning they were talking about how they don't want to they don't want you to lose your power, right? I was wondering why they were saying that. I was like, that's a really interesting message to specify it like that, you know, because I hadn't really encountered that before. They're like, I don't want you to lose your power by leaning on me, but I want to support you in everything that you do. It's just, I also want to make sure that you make empowered choices, that you don't sacrifice that for me. And I guess it's because he's seen a lot of people do that because of his, or, oh, I'm so sorry, I said he. I guess because the energy is coming through as masculine, like the strength style is coming through as masculine. And all of these images that I'm referencing for the most part are masculine. So I think that's why I said it. I'm sorry, guys. It could be a she, could be, you know, anything. So it's just because I guess the energy is so coming through as masculine. Even like remember when I was pointing out the other cards, I was like, oh, look, a king here, a king there, and then like a knight. Those tend to be masculine cards. Wow, that explanation of gender stuff now made me lose track of what. Oh, yeah, I guess your person has encountered that before, you know, where people literally just kind of want to lose themselves in your person, and they kind of like give up their strength and power, and it's not something that your person was asking for. It would just happen, and all responsibilities would fall on your person. But your person is so strong that, like, I'm telling you guys, this person is so strong. They're so strong that they can handle all those like, it doesn't even, it's like they were designed to be able to handle this kind of stuff, you know? They're so strong, and that's why people are so attracted to them and want to lean on them, because people sense that it's like they were hardwired and designed just in this incarnation to be this strong, to be able to handle this kind of stuff. You know, it's quite incredible. You guys are going to find it attractive too, but obviously you're not going to be using your person or anything like that. So it's interesting that this is what your person has experienced, because I was like, why are they saying that? It's like, oh, because so many other people have chosen to give up their power just to feel like they can be surrounded in your person's strength. But really your person, wow, I'm mixing stuff up between you guys and group 3. So maybe you guys chose both groups, but I don't know which group it was, but it's like the person just said, I just want to hold you in my arms, you know, but I feel like that's coming through for you guys too. So I don't know if I said that earlier in your reading or not. Okay, let's move on to you now. So the way that your person views you, okay, you've got elephant, penguin, and panther. First of all, You may not see it. You probably do not, because I feel like your person wants you guys to shine more, right? Because you're still coming to yourself. You're still coming to this certain aspect within you. But your person feels like you are in the same scale as them. They literally feel like, because with all the justice cards we got earlier, right? It was like, you guys are my balance. You are my counterpart. They feel that. So they feel like you also match that same energy in regards to like how powerful they are, how powerful their presence is. You're just as powerful. You are just the same. So even though they are technically a little bit more advanced than you in certain parts, it feels more in the material world, probably, most likely. Right? Because it seems like they want to support you, but they want you to come to your decisions on your own. So they are more advanced than you in certain areas of your life. They want you to realize that you are actually just as advanced. It's just you coming to terms with the fact that you are. That's what you're in the process of doing, is just coming to terms with the fact that you are. I feel like they think that you have just as strong of a sexual energy, you know? And I almost feel like, did your person, I need to look at your letter again. I don't remember if it was this. I keep mixing this group up with the last group. Yes, it's okay. I'll be your mirror, right? A butterfly doesn't see its wings, so I suppose your beauty may forever be greater in the eyes of the beholder. But it's okay. I'll be your mirror, and I'll make sure I remind you every day. So, wow. When I read that too, your person's letter feels like the most well-spoken of them all. So I feel like even their speech is attractive. Like, I feel like people see them and your person oozes, I don't want to say sex appeal, but it's this like self-assuredness, this strength, this confidence that makes them so sexy, because most people don't have stability in their life. Most people aren't built on solid foundation, on solid ground. So they search for that. They search for that stability elsewhere, right? And like, so your person emits that so tremendously. So people are attracted to them. And I feel like your person feels like you are the same. You are the same. It's just you don't see it. You don't see how beautiful you are. You don't see how sexy you are. You don't see how appealing you are. You don't see how powerful and strong you are. Because I feel like you'd be saying things like, that's another reason why you wouldn't necessarily trust it, because I feel like your person is attractive and you're going to be like, I don't know. Like, that's why, you know, there's a moment, and that's why they're waiting for you. They're just like, feel me out. It's okay. Like, you know, I think it's also because of how it's not just the self-protection. It's also because you're like this, you don't see yourself as 100% on their level. Like you see yourself as like, at this point in your life, you're like, yeah, I'm good. You know, like I deserve love and all this stuff. But it's like, I still feel like there are parts of you that don't feel that. You know, you're still working on fully reprogramming that subconscious instinct. But your person is there like, I see it, you know, and I will make sure to show it to you. Yeah, I feel like these two are talking about your presence and your energy and how powerful and grand you are. And then your person feels like this is how you see yourself, like this awkward little penguin. And they also find you very cute and endearing, and they love watching you grow. They love watching you progress and kind of get by. And like, there are times when you may feel uncomfortable or awkward, but they just think it's sweet. They think it's cute. They love seeing you develop or unfold, right? They love seeing you unfold. They also love they love when you stand up for yourself. They love seeing that. Like, I think because so many people have leaned on, and again, they want you to know that they're always there for you. Like, they want to support you and all of this stuff. They want you to feel their support for you and all of this. But because so many people become weak around them, you know, they like, instead of matching your person's strength, they kind of choose to become a damsel in distress, regardless of gender, right? So I feel like they love seeing you empowered. That's not to say that they don't love you and all the other stuff too, because they do. They find you endearing. They find you so cute, right? And sexy and beautiful, all of the above. But it's basically them. Oh, it's like that song, Unpack Your Heart, right? Where they're emphasizing the fact that, like, they love you. They love every aspect of you. You don't have to just show one side or think that it's just this one side, this one trait, these 3 traits that they like about you, but this darker side or this more insecure side, you shouldn't show because it'll make them judge you a certain way. You know, all the judgment is in your head. I promise you, they're not judging you, like, not at all. They understand you and love you and feel you unconditionally. Unconditionally, okay? I mean, revisit the lyrics that I read, and I'm gonna read your letter again at the end, so you're gonna really hear it again, how unconditional it is, okay? So, yes. So me saying that they like seeing you a certain way, it's not me saying that, like, oh, it's because this is what, you know, is the way it's not, it's because they like all parts of you. So you don't have to feel like you can't be another way, you know, but they love seeing you confident. They love seeing you defend yourself. They love seeing you empowered. Again, they love all the other stuff too, but they love seeing you empowered because they don't get to witness so much of that, you know, because like I said, people disempower themselves, and because they love you so much, they love seeing you be strong, you know, and independent, and like not, even though they want to be the one to, because remember we mentioned that, it's like they want to be like your knight in shining armor, but at the same time, it's like, you know how somebody would be afraid to lean on someone else because they don't want to come across as needy? Well, they have the opposite of that, you know, because of their past experiences. So it's like they don't want to be coming to your rescue all the time because they don't want you to feel like disempowered or like they feel like you're incompetent or can't handle yourself or something like that, you know? So it's like you guys have opposite insecurities. That's funny. It's cute. But yes, I also feel like your person knows that you are super wise and an old soul and ancient, and I feel like they think of you. Oh, you know what? The bottom of one of the cards was the High Priestess, and I do feel like your person and you share a connection with your third eye and your crown chakra because it's divine. But I also feel like they can sense, like, you guys are highly psychic too. You guys are highly intuitive and empathic and sensitive and all this stuff, and they like, when they look in your eyes, I feel like they see the truth of all of existence and non-existence, just the source of all that is, was, and ever will be, you know, the unconditional love of God. That's what they see when they look into your eyes. So like, there's no need for you to ever feel insecure around this person. They will accept every facet, every side of you, no matter how rough or discolored, or if there's mold or whatever, like, they will love you completely. And let me see if, because I kind of touched on these first, so let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, with the give time to breathe, give yourself time to breathe, I feel like they're re-emphasizing the fact that, like, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, okay? You are beautiful, you are incredible, you are handsome, you are everything in between. There's no need for you to be hard on yourself. And they want you to laugh, they want you to be happy. They want you to feel goofy and silly and to be confident in being those things, okay? All right, let's get into your... And also with this alligator, because remember I mentioned the bottoms of all of the cards. With this alligator here, this kind of is giving me vibes like it makes me think of the Fool, to be honest with you. It makes me think of the Fool card, but it's, for whatever reason, this is giving me the Avatar vibe. I don't know why. Maybe it's because you've got air, right, with the night air, and you've got the water and the earth. But then this red kind of makes you think of like the fire, you know, like the sun. So it's giving me Avatar vibes. So I feel like your person really feels like you are the master of all. But also I just want to point out these cards coming through, like the zebra's bottom, the fox, and the honeybee, right? Okay, and there was a rabbit underneath it. I'm just going to stop pulling though because I would be pulling forever. But I feel like all of those are innuendo-y, if you know what I mean. So just saying, it goes beyond the, it's still pure, but not, you know, not in the way that some might have thought. So there's a lot of that going on with you and your person. Give me one sec. Now to the final messages. So we've got listen with your heart. Look at all this stuff we're talking about with the heart. You are listening but need to hear with a loving heart. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. All that talk about, you know what, so, oh, yes, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So I accidentally flipped to this and I was like, oh, this needs to come out because it was the thing that it was like sticking out so intensely. And then it was soulmate. And I was like, oh my goodness. This one came out in the last group too. And then you guys, when I was putting the cards away, right, the bottom was romantic feelings, okay? When I was putting the cards away, they like split and I couldn't like get it out or whatever. And it split to reveal true love. This is the romance of a lifetime, you guys. Like, how sweet is that? And again, it's emphasizing the same thing that I was just putting, like, it's all like, even here, listen with your heart, right? It's not with your it's not your judgments. It's not your logical side, right? That's why you're testing them out for some time. Or that's why initially you're kind of like, I feel the vibe, but let me be a little cautious for a couple of days here. It's because you're using your mind, but it's like, also listen with your heart, right? Trust your heart. You will feel it. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. Yeah, it's so sweet. The only difference between a friend and a foe is that you've decided where love can grow. Oh, the universe. Interesting. Interesting. I've never seen these cards with this. Like, it's usually like your pal or whatever. But this one literally says, ho. That's what I'm saying. You know, your person is a kinky. I feel like you guys have this whatever kinky vibes with each other. You know what I mean? I mean, look how even these romantic feelings, right? This romantic feelings card is more full of chemistry than this chemistry card. I mean, look, this is like 3 cards right here where they're kind of in a similar position, right? And not all of the cards are like that. Then we have Uranus, Scorpio, and Pluto. Ooh, look at that. That's like double Scorpio or Pluto energy. So again, the fact that you guys have this Pluto / Scorpio, this Pluto / Scorpio energy, I feel like is re-emphasizing this chemistry and how deep the connection is between the two of you guys. Okay, I feel like you guys stand out from the crowd. Like your person, I already told you, they stand out from the crowd. People notice them. Okay, you guys are the same. It's just about you realizing that you are, like, not just knowing it with your brain for like a day or two or like whenever you remember, but like always knowing it. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I feel like these cards they speak for themselves. You see, even here, it's like there's not a soul on this planet who doesn't crave your approval. It's like they're reiterating again just how special, how unique you are, okay? And oh, I forgot about this card. Look at this. Things are about to get really juicy. And you guys have the end of spring here. What happens in spring, y'all? Babies are made in spring, okay? So we had the happy family card. So, you know, safety first is all I'm going to say in regards to that. And yeah, this seems like it's like, yes, this is, I don't know if I read the bottoms here, but there is a strong magnetic attraction here. Yes, this is your soulmate. This is the romance of a lifetime. You guys, this is so sweet. This is so, I'm happy for you. Like, applaud your joy. I'm gonna applaud your happiness. Okay. Yeah, that was your reading, you guys. I mean, I don't feel like there's much else that I can add to like these messages in particular, just because I feel like they kind of speak for themselves. Like, come on, you guys. Not only did you get soulmate, you got true love. Okay? That's like getting soulmate twice. or true love twice. Then you had chemistry, okay? Which we already talked about, the chemistry. It's everywhere, okay? Literally in all the other cards that was showing through. And so your person just wants you to continue to be empowered. Like, you see, that's the thing. That's the biggest thing, is they're like, I will do anything and everything for you. But I just want you to know that you are also a powerful being. And I hope that you continue to feel that empowerment. All right, I'm going to clear the cards here. And we're going to read your letter one final time. I love you to the moon and back. Again, that song is stuck in my head. It's been stuck in my head the whole reading. So the fact that it's been stuck in my head the whole reading, and I was saying, like, your person has such a strong energy and they've got a lot coming, like they're putting a lot of themselves through here. I said that in the beginning, I think. It's just extra emphasis on the fact that, like, not only, like, your person is super powerful, an old soul. So are you. You guys are powerhouses. And, like, they're really trying to get this message across. Like, so much so that this song literally was in my head throughout the whole reading. So it's like your person has been waiting their turn, and they're like, I'm not done. I love you to the moon and back. Like, all the things. Okay, so check out the song. Check out both songs. Okay. Compose yourself, Milka. All right. Love of my life, my most magnificent and brilliant flame, my sacred light of God, my personal divine angel and love. How are you? How have you been? Have you been eating? Have you been eating well? My love, not a day goes by that I don't eat, I'm going to start that over. I'm sorry. I was about to read that I don't end up eating about you. That's what I was gonna read. That I don't end up eating about you. Like, what does that even mean? Okay, let me start that over. Sorry, guys. Okay. Love of my life, my most magnificent and brilliant flame, my sacred light of God, my personal divine angel and love. How are you? How have you been? Have you been eating? Have you been eating well? My love, not a day goes by that I don't end up thinking of you. You take up my mornings, nights, and free times. Instead of counting sheep, I wonder if you have freckles for me to count, or dimples on your cheeks. I know you think I'm constantly teasing you, but I wish you could accept that I just genuinely love you, unconditionally at that. I really do think your faults and insecurities are something for me to cherish. It may seem like I exaggerate, but the depth of my love and feelings for you seems bottomless and eternal. Is it normal to love someone like this? Is it healthy even? I'm sure it probably is, right? I wouldn't change it anyway. Sometimes it feels like I live for your smile. Like, if you just smile, I know my day will be great. Your love makes me feel like I could climb mountains and charge at lions. I've never been so confident about anything like I am about you being just the perfect fit for me. And I will spend my whole life constantly proving that I am just the perfect fit for you too. I feel like you've been living with a disguise all your life, that you somehow convinced yourself that you're smaller than you truly are. My greatest wish is for you to realize just how special you are, and for you to see yourself through my eyes. I know you're growing, but you are greater still than what you will ever know. A butterfly doesn't see its wings, so I suppose your beauty may forever be greater in the eyes of the beholder. But it's okay. I'll be your mirror, and I'll make sure I remind you every day. You are one of the greatest gifts, joys, and honors in my life. I want to have a family with you. A little heart. I love you forever and always. Your person. Okay, group 4. That was your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. I mean, you guys got one of the best readings, you know, because I mean, everyone's relationships are different, and all the groups were nice, but you know what I mean? You guys got one of the best readings. That's all I'm saying. So I love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Just share what you thought of the reading, or if you just want to share about anything else that we talked about during this session in particular. Also, if you guys are up for it, I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, as I've got lots of other fun stuff planned, and I've already started executing some of it, but I'm hoping to add more unique things to my channel and readings. But yes, also if you guys are interested in a personal private reading, or in a custom crystal bracelet, or a affirmation song that is custom made for you, you can reach out to me either through the email in the description or through my contacts page on my website, which is also listed in the description box below. But yeah, that was your reading group 4. I wish you guys a wonderful rest of your day, sending you lots of love, lots of light. Remember, you are special, you are wonderful, and you deserve to have this love of a lifetime. So open your heart to receive, and may you continue to feel the gratitude for every moment of every day, and for how wonderful you truly are. And I hope you guys can continue to see it. All right, group 4. Bye, guys.